Are we live? Are we live? Because it says I clicked live, but Loki on OBS it says we're not live. Hold on. I did start the stream though, but I don't think it's worked. Hold on. Oh no, has it? Are we rolling? Are we rolling, chat? Let me have a little look. If I, like, he did not... Yeah, bro, why am I getting 10 fucking ads on my own channel, bro? Let me just have a look. Yes, well... Oh, well, yeah. Alright, we're live. We're live. We're live. What's going on, everyone? We're live for Richmond versus Port Adelaide. Probably two of the worst teams in the league at the moment, but it could be a good game because they're... How bad the skill level actually is between both of these teams. It could be relatively close, and I hope it is a close one. This will be the only game I am streaming today, but I'm going to be streaming later on, doing my punishment stream where I say the word lion 10,000 times. So probably one of the most useless streams of my life that I will ever do, that I have done so far. So I'd like to see a few of you guys in that stream as well, if you guys are interested in something like that. But yeah, I have tipped the Tigers to win today against Port, which I think most... I don't know. I think it would be pretty neutral. Who's the favourites for this game? It'd probably be Port Adelaide, but I think Richmond should be favourites. I feel like they're the better team out of the two. Not saying they're good, but I think they will beat Port Adelaide. I think who did Port Adelaide have out? They have a few veterans out from what I know, or a few of the better players. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Rosie's out because he didn't play last week or the week before. Let's have a look. So Ian's Miles Bergman, Mitch Zadao, which is that a debutant? I've never seen that guy in my life. And Ollie Wines, he's back. And the outer, Asava Radagalia, Will Brodie, and Jackson Mead. So, yeah, so Mitch Zadao is a debutant for today, I'm pretty sure. And Jordan Sweet's 50th game. Pretty big. And I will say, Jack Whitlock... He's been... I want to see something out of him today. He went relatively high in the draft, or... Did he? No, he wasn't first round. I think he was second round, but he... Let me see, yeah. Pick 33, and he hasn't really shown too much for Port Adelaide, so I wouldn't mind seeing something from him today. So he is playing full forward, so... Big game coming out from him, I reckon. You're streaming the worst game of the two, mate. The Eagles are going to lose by 80. The Eagles will lose by 80. I can guarantee it. I support Port, so I hope they win. I don't care who wins, but I'd prefer if it was Richmond. It's just more of the Victorian team, that's why. What stream are you talking about? Tonight's stream, if that's what you're asking. No, I'm doing a stream tonight where I say the word lion 10,000 times. It sounds like a joke, but it's not. I've actually got it scheduled on the channel right now. I will be doing it. What's going on, Luke? Hope you're going well, mate. Joshy, long time no see. I feel like you haven't tuned into a stream in a little while. You used to be a common viewer. But yeah, good to see you, Joshy. Mark, how we going? Go Port Adelaide, he says. Like you're the most cheek stream of all time. Yeah, that's fair enough. I've been busy? Nah, that's fair enough. You can't... I wouldn't expect you to tune into every single stream that I do. Is it worth setting up the game right now? I know we're still about 10 minutes away till it actually begins, but it might be worth actually just pulling out the game now anyway, just so I'm prepared for when it actually does start. How much battery do I... I'm on 100. Because sometimes my iPad doesn't charge. I don't know why. But lately I've had issues charging, so sometimes when I do watch long streams like this, it hasn't actually got too much battery. Port has it easy. Port has this easy. It's Richmond. Port did lose to West Coast, though, in all fairness. So I wouldn't be getting too confident there, Barney, or whatever your name is. Yeah, I wouldn't be getting too confident. I wouldn't say you've got this in the bag. In all fairness, though, I do see a world where Port Adelaide can smash Richmond, but I don't really see a world where Richmond can smash Port Adelaide, if that makes sense. And here I am saying that I think Richmond will win this game. So, but I do think Port Adelaide have the potential to run over the top and maybe win this game by 30 plus. but I wouldn't be tipping that. What's going on, Lachlan? Hope you're going well, mate. You look like you're a Port fan, so you'd be excited about this one. How you been? I've been pretty good. Been pretty good. The content's been a bit slow to start off the year. Views haven't been too up and about. Gather rounds coming up. Big plans for gather rounds. So absolutely cannot wait to produce some content while I'm up there for you guys. And yeah, there will be a few live streams while I'm up there. And I'm planning on doing a video for members as well while I'm up there. It'll probably be a sort of like a vlog of like because I'm driving up to Adelaide, so I will probably I think I might do a vlog of like the trip up to Adelaide. So like I'll like sort of vlog the road trip, and I'll do that for members, for anyone who's interested. And I'll make a few stops on the way to South Australia, so it will be somewhat of an alright sort of video. I think there's a few people in the chat anyway who are currently members anyway. It's a bit mean. I will give you the benefit of the doubt and say this is the worst year of 2026 instead of all time. Thanks, mate. I'm a die-hard Port fan. Yeah, right. What's going on? Wombat in combat. Wombat in combat. There you go. Wait, you're driving? Lucky you don't know what car I drive. Port is going to win this one. I don't know. I don't know about that one. So you're vlogging the road? Yeah. Maybe, honestly, if I leave today, I could do like a bit of a Land Bros type of video where I run across Australia, but like sort of just run to the... Yeah, what if I do a video instead running to AFL Gather Round? Maybe I'll do that. I might leave tonight. That way I can make it in time. Richmond don't got a ruck, so Port win. Mate... The rucks aren't going to win you games. Like, right? Not having a ruck isn't that big of a deal. Look at Geelong last year. Geelong almost won the flag last year with Reece Stanley as the ruck. Like, you don't need a good ruck to have a good team. In all fairness. Good luck with these streams tonight. Cheers, bro. Appreciate it. Like, if someone could technically make a PhD on roads, wouldn't recommend you do that, but it could happen. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be interested in that, to be honest. Jesse, if there's no one to tap the ball for you, you won't get the ball. I think you're overrating Ruckman's Coast Club. I don't think Ruckman's are that big of a role. Like, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't think they're that big of a deal. Like, Max Gawn's the fucking best ruckman in the league. He's literally the best ruckman in the league, and Melbourne are a bottom 4 side. Richmond run out of energy by the third quarter. That's why Richmond lose games. Yeah. Just put the short guy who can jump 10 metres in the ruck. Who is Richmond's ruckman today, though? Let me see. Who is their ruckman today? It is Samson Ryan. Yeah, right. Yeah, so Jordan Sweet will have a field day in the ruck, but... Who has the better midfield today? Probably Port. Yeah, you'd probably say Port, I would assume. How many for Lynch? Not Lynch. How many for Laylaw today? I reckon Laylaw's going to kick a few. I reckon Laylaw gets 3 today. I reckon Laylaw will kick 3 today. They will also put Lafau in the ruck as well, like they did last week. Yeah, subscribe. Appreciate it, bro. Do appreciate it. Yeah, that's a reminder for everyone to leave a sub if you haven't already. I say this all the time, but I'm trying to get to 10k subs this year, and a bit of a slow start to the season. I think we have gained about 150 to 200 subs to start off the year, so it's getting there. I mean, to start off the season, not the year. If it was the year, probably about 300. Probably gained about 100 in the off season, but yeah, I've got I'm trying to get to 10k, and hopefully you guys can help me get there. Come on, Stanson Ryan, I'm cheering for you for the very few Samsons there are. Nah, Samson's like your cheeks name, bro. I support the Fremantle Dockers in the AFL, Perth Scorchers in the Big Bash. Yeah, okay. Nice. Fremantle in the AFL. Is that from family, or did you choose to support Fremantle? Because I do wonder that sometimes when it comes to like AFL clubs in like other states and stuff, like with like Fremantle fans and stuff, I feel like you have to have been born into that. Like I feel like if you're born in WA and you have to choose an AFL club, you're choosing West Coast more often than not. Which is why I find it weird when people say they go for Fremantle. Or like teams like the Suns and like the Giants. Because I've got mates who go for the Giants and like their whole family goes for like the Crows or like a different team. And I just find that so strange to me. Like what makes you like want to decide to go for those sort of teams? Fremantle's a bit different, but I think I'm more talking about like the Giants and the Suns. I feel like Fremantle's a bit different. Wines for 400 disposals today. Probably not 400, but I reckon he's on track for maybe 20 plus. I chose. Well, AFL team do you support? I go for I do go for Collingwood, but like that's the thing. I've like a lot of this stuff behind me is all like Collingwood stuff, and then then you see that giant St Kilda teddy there. You see that and you probably think I go for St Kilda or something. Bulldogs to smash Essendon by 98 points. You're probably spot on there. Probably spot on. I reckon the biggest smashing. I reckon the biggest smashing of the year could happen this round. I reckon. And it'll be between Bulldogs Essendon or Sydney West Coast. I reckon one of those games will be the biggest smashing of the year. I reckon. Bro, my dad forced me into supporting the Renegades in cricket and Tottenham in soccer, but I choose Essendon by myself. Yeah, well, when I was born, I was born into Collingwood, but like literally everyone in my family goes for Collingwood. So like obviously like my mum, dad, sister, and then like everyone else, like my grandparents go for Collingwood, or my aunties and uncles go for Collingwood, or my cousins go for Collingwood. So it's just like a full like Collingwood family. For the Big Bash, I only really started getting into the Big Bash last year. And obviously, I got to choose which team I wanted to go for. My dad already went for... My dad's been going for the Melbourne Stars for a good, like, 5 or 6 years. Like, really... I don't know, my dad's like... When was the first year of the Big Bash? Let me check. When... Because my dad's like an OG. When was the first year of the BBL? Was 2011. I think my dad's gone... Maybe not... You probably wouldn't consider it too much of an OG, but I think my dad's gone for the Stars since, like, 2014, 2015. So when I chose a BBL team last year, I thought I may as well just go for the Stars. One, they're the better team of the two, but also it's probably just easier because I already have a family member who goes for them. Bulldogs could play their first VFL team and still win by 70. Could play their VFL. Yeah, but it's a VFL. It's VFL, so you probably say yeah. But I think aren't the VFL... Aren't the Bulldogs VFL team like the best in the VFL? Like, don't the Bulldogs have the best VFL team? Maybe not this year, but I think they won the flag last year. Anyway, first quarter getting underway. Let's get it. Come on, the Tigers. My grandma supports Collingwood. Nice. Your grandma's a good woman. In like... Nah, I'm not even going to... Yeah. AJ, Tyro, what have you thought on the round so far? It's been pretty good. Yeah, well... It has been a good start to the round. Obviously, I'm not too happy with the result of Collingwood-Brisbane, but it has been a pretty good round. Good Friday last year. Good Friday yesterday was pretty good. 2 very good games. So we've had 3 games this round. 2 of them have been very, very close games. And I think we could be on for a good game today. Port Adelaide Richmond, I think, will be a close one. Tonight we'll see a smashing between West Coast and Sydney, and then obviously Easter Monday is going to be close. Tomorrow's games won't be great though. The Suns will smash Melbourne, and the Bulldogs will smash Essendon as Georgiades has the first shot goal of the day, and he hasn't scored. It's a very bad miss by Georgiades there. Doesn't usually hit the mat poorly. I was born in 2012, so you'd be 13? No, you'd be 14 or 13, turning 14. Taranto handles that one off. They'll get it out of defence here. The Tigers. You're going to watch the FIFA World Cup, Jizzy? Probably not. I had a few mates from school ask me if I'm going to stream it. They want me to stream it, but I don't care enough about it, to be honest. Like, it sounds bad to say, but I honestly don't really care about the FIFA World Cup. Just rush through for a behind there as Port Adelaide get on the board early with the 1 point. Kelly Underwood commentating. She is, yeah. She seems to commentate all the graveyard type of matchups. How's VCE treating you? How do you know I do VCA? What makes you think I do VCA? I do VCA. It's going alright though. I don't know. It's pretty hard, but it's whatever. Can you turn it up? I can turn it up a little bit more, but I don't want it to be too loud. Oh, I'm still 13. I'm turning 14 in November. Nice. Is VCA optional? It is. You can do either VCA or VM or VCAL, whatever it's called. Whatever it's called in like whatever school you go to. It's between VM or VCAL. It's called VM at my school. You told you're in year 11 last week? Okay. I don't know what I'm going to choose yet. I considered choosing VM, but I don't know. I thought VCA. I feel like all my mates are doing VCA, so I thought I may as well do that. I somewhat regret it, but I don't know. It's whatever. I'm getting through it, so barely. I'm barely getting through it, but I am getting through it. Didn't even see Port Adelaide score a point there, to be honest with you. Yeah, Lawler started like full forward, by the way, guys. How tall is Sam Laylaw? Or Lawler? How tall is he? He doesn't seem overly tall. I'd assume like 6'2", maybe. But he started full forward, so he must be alright. Samson Ryan wrapped up in a tackle. Have a stoppage here. Good viewers in so far. Yeah, pretty solid. My views will always be pretty solid on Saturdays because I mean more for watch-alongs, they'll be pretty solid simply because none of the games are free to air, so they're only on Foxtel and KO. So that's when viewers tend to pick up a little bit more. And if it's going to be a close game, honestly, if this ends up being a close game that comes out to the final wire, I see a world where I have about 55, maybe to 60 viewers in the stream. Can you show the game? Unfortunately not, mate. My channel will probably get deleted if I show the game, just for copyright reasons. If I could show it, I would. If I could show it, I would. Trust me. I think a 50-minute penalty was paid here. Port Adelaide going to have a chance to go inside 50 here. Potentially kick the first goal of the match. They've already got two behinds. They'd like a goal, but it's intercepted there. You can actually stream it on Twitch. Just block the logo on the top right. Yeah, but the only thing is, no one streams the AFL on Twitch. I think Paco might, but that's about it. But even Paco, I don't really know if... Even with Paco, I don't think he shows the game. I think he just does sort of like watch-along type of streams, like what I do. But I think he streams on YouTube as well now, Paco. I don't think he does just Twitch. Ready to say Lion 10,000 times? Yeah, I'm not looking too forward to it. It'd be interesting how that stream goes, because it's not going to be too entertaining of a stream, but I think if we can get a good chat going, we might actually have a decent amount of people watching, maybe. There are many people who stream it, they get like 400 viewers a game. Really? Oh, I didn't know there was really many AFL content creators on Twitch. That's 0 goals 3 for Port Adelaide, everyone. 20 watching, pretty solid. I'll take that. Is anyone else streaming this game? Does anyone know? I'm assuming someone would be, maybe like a Sporting Lou or something. I don't think Pat's streaming it though. Inside field. Oh, Georgiades! Had a good look at that. I couldn't quite bring that one down with him though. I'm streaming on Easter Monday. Nice, mate. I think I will too. But if I'm not streaming on Easter Monday, then I'll make sure to tune to your stream, mate. See what the content's like on your channel. Never seen you before, so maybe you're somewhat of a decent crowd. I'll have to check you out. They don't show you the ad breaks, which is why they can still stream it on Twitch. Yeah, right. No one streams AFL on Twitch, mate, which is why I don't use it. My dad uses it. 0 goals 4. Very inaccurate kicking by Port Adelaide early on, but they've been absolutely dominating the Tigers. I don't even know if the Tigers have had an inside 50, maybe a 1. No, they have had 1, but it went out in the full, so... There's no need to stream on Easter Monday. The game is free to air. Why wouldn't I stream on? I don't care if it's free to air or not. I enjoy doing watch-alongs. Like, I know viewers won't be as good when it's free to air, but I will still do them when they are free to air. KO's better, 0 ad breaks during the play is great. What's the delay like on KO though? Oh, because I watch on Fox Footy. Is it the same like sort of delay, or is it further in front, or is it further behind? Like what's the delay like on KO compared to Fox Footy? Do you know? I wouldn't imagine it'd be too different. Right, for some reason I have it in my head that Fox Footy's further ahead. Maybe I'm wrong there. Inside 50 for the Tigers. That might be a goal, actually. Oh, it's pretty close. Oh, I'd almost somewhat consider reviewing that one, but the umpire reckons it was certainly touched. And they finally scored the Tigers. Only a minor score, but I couldn't tell if he was trying to set that one up to the top of the square there, or if he wanted a goal, but the scoreboard's yet to be updated, so it must have been a mark on the line. Yeah, it must have been a mark on the line, because they haven't paid a score there. Mum is killing me since I broke it. How'd you break it? Oh, no, you did tell me you broke it, actually. Yeah, no, I've seen the replay. From that angle, it's very clearly a mark. Oh, yeah, you broke it at training. So, I don't know. I remember you did say that you broke it last stream. Or maybe it was someone else that said it, but someone did say it. Port Adelaide, they take a mark, and a 50-metre penalty will be paid. And a shot on goal will occur for Port, pretty much at the top of the goal square here. And surely he's not going to miss this one. It's pretty simple stuff from this position. And Port Adelaide should kick their first of the game here. And the umpire wasn't... The goal umpire wasn't too sure if that one was going to travel through. It did go through, though. Port Adelaide are finally on the board. Finally seen a first goal in this game, and geez, it's been a Port Adelaide domination early. Should be further in front. The only good ones are the only good well I think the only ones that I know of are Fox UK. You can probably watch it somewhere else on like other websites, and realistically you could probably find some illegal websites where you could watch it, but I don't have any that I could recommend. Did you know? Are you Scotty's son? My dad's Shane was best mates with him. Shane who? Shane who? Wait, who are you, Charles Kerner? But my dad's name is Scott, but I don't know. Was hoping for something like a website. Yeah, I wouldn't know any, but there might be people in the chat who know some websites to watch the game. Twitch, but haven't seen any streams for the past week. Shane Crump. Yeah, right. A chance for Joe Berry here from about 50 metres out. Oh, could go through. Drifted late and very inaccurate. This is a very inaccurate Port Adelaide side. Wait, so how does your dad know my dad? How did you say they knew each other? Oh, it's not a great disposal of the footy there. Port Adelaide will get it out here. They're running up the wing. Best mates in the 90s. Yeah, right. Approaching the forward 50. Are you expecting a close game? I think it should be a close game. And I don't think that the Tigers would win this game, but I don't know. It's not looking good early. It's not looking good early for Richmond. But I'd expect a big second half for Richmond anyway. I think they'll make it. I reckon they'll make it a decent contest in the end. There's Prestia. Handballs that one off to Taranto. Inside 50 it goes for Richmond. Can they finally get a goal? He's taking his legs out, I reckon. Umpire disagrees. Alir. Handball to space. I'd almost argue a deliberate free kick there. Umpire reckons it's worthy of a throw-in. 10 minutes have ticked down already here in the first quarter. Halfway through it. Big contest to occur. Jordan Sweet grabs it out the ruck. And that's almost holding the footy, I reckon. Umpire's going to throw that one. Are you going to gather around, Jesse? I will be. I'm leaving on the Thursday morning. I'm going to the Thursday night game. Going to the Friday night game. Morris Rioli. Could this be a first goal for Richmond? To really lighten up the mood. It's a high ball. Jeez, they're really making it hard. This is some poor skills. There's some poor skills of the footy. Yeah, I am going. I'm going to the Thursday night game, Friday night game, Saturday night game, Sunday night game, but then I'm going to the Barossa game on Saturday as well, the 12:30. I think it's North Brisbane. I'll be going to that one too, so it's going to be a big weekend. Can't wait. I'm going to be making a lot of content while I'm up there too, so a lot of content to expect. Pretty keen. Pretty keen. I don't think there's many creators going to that, though, so I actually don't know many people. I only know about 2 or 3 people that are guaranteed going. And finally, the Tigers will get a proper look at goals here. They set short. I think it might be short. I'm literally just logged on to Carrot because I cancelled my Carrot subscription. I got $500 on Port Adelaide to win by more than 15. And I've come across you and you look familiar. Yeah, right. Jaden's short. It's not a great kick. Had the distance comfortably, but travel through for a behind. And we can clap that one because the Tigers have officially scored. About time. They have finally scored, everyone. Round of applause for that one. Do you do tipping? If you do, who did you tip? If you remember this game, I tipped Richmond. I did tip Richmond. So I've heard people on the radio keep talking about how if Richmond were to win this game, it'd be a pretty good effort. But to be honest, I don't think it'd be that good of an effort. I think these teams are very, very similar in skill level. I honestly don't think their skill level is that difference between these two. Would you want bots in your streams? No, I would not. I would not want bots in my stream. I don't see the point of having bots in the stream, to be honest. Like, if you mean like view bots, I don't see the point. Like, I'm not gaining anything from having them. It's just more for looks. Like, I don't see the point. Port Adelaide, smell it off the boot. Here they come. They'll go forward. Alir. He's had a decent amount of the footy so far, Alir, but he just hasn't been able to execute his disposals properly. I feel like he's had a lot of... That's at least 2 handballs that I can think of that have been very poorly executed. I'm not putting any bots on my streams. Yeah, no, I wouldn't see the point, to be honest. Oh, that's a risky kick. Almost gave up a goal. Lucky, I think Miller. I think his name's Miller. Lucky the courage by him has ensured that the goal was not given up there. As the effort by Seth Campbell will set up a goal here. Who would be the best player for Richmond right now? Would you say it's Taranto or Campbell? I reckon it's probably still Tim Taranto at the moment. But I think Seth Campbell has the potential to be the best on the Tigers list within the next few years, as long as he maintains his spot there. As the Tigers snap at goal, and at the AFL level, you've got to at least score from that position. I know you're playing for Richmond, but from that position, you got to at least score. Like, Richmond they're a Victorian team. Like, I've got to hope for them to win. But in saying that, next week I won't be hoping St Kilda win against Port Adelaide. I want Port Adelaide to beat St Kilda. And I reckon they could. I reckon next week will actually be a good game. St Kilda are probably the better team out of the two, but I reckon the home crowd gather around. It's a big matchup, and I reckon Port Adelaide could run away with the win there, or at least make a good contest, because they'll want to win that game more than St Kilda do. I feel like typically St Kilda don't play good on big stages like that. Like in previous years, they haven't really shown many good signs in gather rounds. They made it close against Collingwood in the first year. And the other 2 games, if I'm being honest, aren't very memorable. I can't really remember them. Show us the game so we can watch. Nah, unfortunately, I can't. Just copyright reasons. And free kick away at Port Adelaide. It's very unfortunate there, because I reckon Campbell actually kicked a goal there. Or at least got close to. It would have been a guaranteed score. He paid hold of the man, but the Port Adelaide player did pick up the ball. Richmond player went for the tackle, and sort of like while he was mid trying to stick the tackle, the ball spilled out. So I don't know. It's a pretty stiff free kick. It probably is holding the man, but you're going to be very strict to pay that. Sam Lawler should perform well. I hope he does. I want to see a big game out of him. And I want to see a big game out of Whitlock for Port Adelaide. Is that Jack Whitlock or is that the other Whitlock brother? Because I know one plays for Port Adelaide and one plays for North Melbourne. I can't remember who's who though. I think the Port Adelaide one's Jack Whitlock. Are you still trying to kick the top of the goalpost? Nah, that's a series that'll never be completed. I gave up on that. It wasn't doing very well on like views wise. Like it wasn't performing too well, but it's alright. It's not that big of a deal. I also saved Zane. I also saved Zane from drowning in 1997. Really? Jeez. How old are you? If you don't mind me asking. Is Zach Butters playing? He is playing. Started the game off pretty quiet. And here's Jack Whitlock, or one of the Whitlock brothers. I think it's Jack Whitlock. Lining up for goal here. I was just talking about him a moment ago, about how I want to see a big game out of him. The big, tall, full forward lining up here. Yeah, it is Jack. Kicked 3 goals last week. Can he kick his first here? It's not come off the boot very well, and in fact, it's probably one of his worst shots and goal of his career so far. That's there. I think 6th behind of the night or the afternoon. I'm 35. I grew up with Sheldon and Zane when our dads were best mates. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yesterday, the umpires wanted to sack Voss. The umpires wanted to sack Voss. Oh, the umpires wanted Voss sacked. Are you saying you don't reckon yesterday's game was fairly umpired? Is that what you're trying to get at here? I don't think the umpiring was that bad, to be honest. I feel like it was a pretty fair game. But in all fairness, I don't know. I'm sort of a neutral supporter between those two teams. So I guess maybe if I'm coming from the point of view of a Carlton fan or a North fan, maybe I'd have a different idea of the quality of umpiring that took place. The last couple of games, Richmond have not scored the first quarter. Really? What do you mean the last few games? How many games has it been? Very small world. Enjoying the stream. How much do you think Port will get the job done by? I think Richmond will win. I still think Richmond will win, to be honest. Richmond haven't had too many opportunities at goals yet, but I reckon when they do get the opportunities, they'll make the most of them. I reckon they can execute it a little bit better than what Port Adelaide have had so far. Port Adelaide have dominated so far, but I still reckon this is a winnable game for Richmond, to be honest. They're not going to have too many opportunities at winning some games this year, Port Adelaide, so they're going to make the most of this one. And that's definitely holding the man. He's still holding him. It has to be, yeah. If that one wasn't paid, that would have been crazy. There was 5 free kicks which did not go Carlton's way, which should have shifted momentum. Yeah, I guess. Well, what are your... Because I can tell you're a Carlton fan, I'd assume. What are your thoughts on the Michael Voss situation? I think he has got somewhat of a... He has had somewhat of an impact on how bad they are playing at the moment. But in all fairness, how many coaches have they gone through where... how many times have they blamed the coach for like poor football? They've at least sacked 3 coaches that I know of. And they thought getting a new coach was going to be the answer. Got Michael Voss, and they're still the same team. There's only so much you can... There's only so many times you can blame the coach before you actually realise that maybe there's a bit of a different issue taking place. And I think Michael Voss has somewhat... Like, obviously the coach is going to have some impact on the way you play, of course, and like how good your actual team is, but I don't know. Carlton don't have a good team overall, so obviously Cripps is still a solid player, but he's not nearly as good as what he was the last few years. Their forward line isn't overly great now that they're without Curnow. Mackay's still pretty decent, but he's nowhere near the skill level of what Curnow once was. And I feel like their backline relies heavily, relies way too much on Jacob Wiedering, and now that he's not going to be playing for the next week or two, what's Carlton's fixture looking like? Who have they got next week? Next week they've got Adelaide, which they'll lose, and then they got Collingwood the week after, which they'll also lose. Michael Voss is getting sacked. I think he'll play. I don't know. I think he'll continue to coach for the next. They'll give him to round 6, I reckon. They'll give him to round 6 or round. I don't know. They'll give him a few more weeks. He won't make it to the end of the year though. There's no way, unless something huge happens, like they make final or wild card round or something. But even then, I reckon there's very little things that can save Michael Voss at this point in time. But yeah, the last 2 weeks, you've seen how bad. I'd almost say Michael Voss is somewhat to blame over the last 2 weeks. Especially against. Especially when they were so far in front. What was it, like 40 points up the other week? And then lost the game, like. I don't know. That's the thing. Michael Voss must be doing something right, because if he's doing well enough to the point where his team can dominate for an entire first half, he must be doing something right. He must be doing something right, but it's just maintaining that for the entire game is a bit difficult. But anyway, half time, probably one of the worst first quarters you're ever going to see. 1 goal scored for the entire first quarter. Between the 8 scoring shots that took place. Carlton don't even play that bad. I agree. And you'd argue that with the list that they have, or had, I suppose, like a couple of years ago, they should have won a flag. Or at least came close to winning a flag. Like, in recent times, what's the closest they've come to winning the flag? Like what, 2023 when they made the prelim? Was it 2023 they made the prelim against... Was it... I know they played the Lions in 2023 in the final. Was that a prelim though? I think it was. You'd argue they almost should have won the flag that year. I reckon they were one of the better teams that year, easily. And I'd almost say if they made the grand final that year, as a Collingwood fan, I would have been a bit worried. I reckon they almost would have bet us that year in the grand final. We've been very, very scared. After the GWS game in round 17 in 2024, they have not been the same team since. Round 17, 2024. Might just take a little look at that game while we're sitting here at half time, because I'm not too familiar with how that game went. So 12 points they lost by against the Giants. That was a good game. Actually, just looking at it.
Oh, impressive, Narelle. Almost as impressive as the $350 savings that our real customer Simon made. That's right.
But yeah, I think at that point in time, though, Carlton were dominating the league. Like, sort of around that time, Carlton were dominating the league. One of the better teams in the league. I think they were almost up there as one of the flag favourites, and then ended up dropping off sort of towards the end of the year, and obviously had a very poor final series. And they didn't even make a qualifying final. They played an elimination final against the Lions that year, and I think they almost went scoreless or goalless in the. No, I think it was scoreless. They almost went scoreless in the first half.
I love casting spells.
150k, and it's in Hawthorn.
I went 39 points and choked.
Sounds magical.
Yeah, right. Well, let's take a little look at these stats for this game. I want to see who's overperforming because I haven't seen many standouts. Jacob Weller is the only goal scorer so far for this entire game. Kane Farrell's got most disposals. He's got 11. Would not have thought that. Aaliyah has got 9 as well as Darcy Ben-Jones. But Aaliyah hasn't been great, I'll be honest. I'll be brutally honest. He hasn't been great. Ward Francis had 6 marks in the first quarter. Taranto had 4 tackles in the first quarter. Aaliyah had 3 contested marks. 4 clearances from Hopper. 5 inside 50s from Jason Horn-Francis. And they've only had 16 inside 50s, so that's fucking good. Very good. Yeah, it's been a very rough start. And you'd think, with how poor this game started off, you'd think conditions would be bad or something, but no, conditions are actually relatively good. What do you think of the Bulldogs' backline, especially James O'Donnell and Karmas? They've got some solid defence. I think this. I think Essendon are going to struggle heavily, especially. Like, who's in the Essendon forward line tonight? Because I know. I mean, tomorrow night, not tonight. Because I know Caddy's not playing. So they're really Caddy's. I would say is their best forward at the moment, or either him or Peter Wright. Let me see. Their forward line's got Thomas Edwards, Peter Wright, Isaac Kako, Sam Durham, Archer May, and Kyle Langford. It's not overly great. It's not overly great, if I'm being honest. Does Durham play half forward, does he? I thought he was more of a mid, like an on-ball mid. To be honest. Yeah, I think the Bulldogs... So the forward line for Essendon, Thomas Edwards, Peter Wright, Isaac Kako, Sam Durham, Archer May, and Kyle Langford. And I'll take a look into the Bulldogs' backline. Karmas, Lobb, Buderick, O'Donnell, Bailey Dale, and Jack Hughes, or however pronounced... Lockie Jack Hughes, or I don't know how to pronounce it. He's a young guy. I think he's like 19 or 20 or something. So as you can see, the Bulldogs' backline is far, far better than the Essendon forward line. And the Bulldogs win the midfield battle as well. Yeah, just like obviously with Bontempelli and Bontempelli alone wins the midfield battle. But yeah, also with Ed Richards and stuff. I think Liberatore's not playing this week though. No, that's only one big out. Yeah, and then the forward line's gonna have an absolute field day with Croft, Norton, Kennedy, Fraser, Riley West, and Sam Darcy. Like that, I genuinely would not be shocked if Sam Darcy kicks like 7 or 8 goals tomorrow night. I wouldn't be shocked. Like that's something that could possibly happen. If we concede 70 points against them, I'm going to crash out. Are you an Essendon supporter? I thought you were Carlton. Who was talking about it before? I thought someone said that. I thought it was you that said you go for Carlton. Unit footy from the US, loving the sport. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Such a scrappy game. Yeah, I don't disagree. But he's getting tagged. I don't think so. I just don't think he's really had much of the footy, to be honest. I don't think he's being tagged. But he might be. I don't know. Richmond, I feel like aren't too much of a tagging side. Like, they don't typically tag, I feel. Usually the poorer teams don't bother with the tags, like West Coast and Essendon and stuff. They don't usually bother tagging. Port Adelaide go forward early. Richmond do well in defence. But an instant turnover, and they're going to go back inside. Go Geelong. What made you choose Geelong? You, as a supporter from the US. Ollie Wines marked on the half forward. Handballs it off. And who was that who had the shot there? It was okay, but I feel like Ollie Wines would have been better off just taking the shot himself there. Not often you see a Brownlow medalist questioning his skill level. Butters is soft as butter, you reckon? I reckon he's one of the toughest players in the AFL, mate, to be honest. I'm a Bulldogs fan. Oh, yeah. No, you just won't concede 70 against the Bombers. I don't reckon. I wouldn't have thought so. Jeremy Cameron and Love that Ford is their main sponsor. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Here's Whitlock, another opportunity at goal here. He did miss his last shot, and it wasn't a great attempt last time. But I back him from about 45, and it doesn't look too bad, I'll tell you that. And it's a goal. Whitlock's kicked for Adelaide second. Hey, what do you want for Easter? Easter. More chocolate, I guess. I don't know. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? A new car? A new house? No, just probably some chocolate. I would go to the game tomorrow, but it's going to be a smashing, so I do not see any fun in that. Well, if you're a Bulldogs fan, I definitely see the fun in it. I'd almost consider going to that game if it wasn't Easter. If it wasn't Easter, I'd almost consider finding a few mates that be interested in going to that game. I think Easter Monday, I might. Still haven't decided if I want to go to that game or not. I don't think it's sold out, so I'd almost still consider going to that game. Oh, he's dropped it. And that's holding the footy. Well, I would have thought it would be. Well, we're going to win, so I'd rather watch it at home, but I'm going for the Bulldogs just Freo. Though? Yeah, okay. Very nice mark there by Broad. Just sort of chipping it around now, Richmond. Don't want to risk conceding again when they've only scored the 1 point. It's going to be a rough first half of the Tigers, but I think if they can execute a few opportunities early in the second half, they're still well and truly capable of winning this game. They're still capable of winning it now. Like, they have only scored the 1 point. Port Adelaide have had 8 more scoring shots than the Tigers have, or I think more than that, because I think Georgiades kicked one out on the full, so they've had about 9 more scoring shots than what the Tigers have had, and the Tigers are only trailing by 3 goals. But Georgiades is lining up now. He's going to have a chance to finally kick his first, and I think he should execute this one very well. Should be a lot better than his previous attempt. Pretty much directly in front. Was almost a Coleman medalist last year. Almost won his BNF last year. Mitch Georgiades, and I wouldn't expect him to miss from directly in front from about 35 metres out. He's kicked 8 goals already this season. Can he kick goal number 9? He has kicked it, and I expect him to kick his 10th goal this season. Honestly, this quarter. Maybe next quarter. As Port Adelaide continue to extend that margin just by a little bit more. I think me tipping Richmond might not have been the best call in the world. My tips are going absolutely shocking to start off the season. No, not the season. My tips to start off the season have been elite. My tips to start off the round have been not great. I've only got 1 so far out of the 3 games. I tipped Collingwood to win by 30. We lost by 50. I tipped North Melbourne to beat Carlton. They almost lost that one. And I tipped Adelaide to beat Fremantle, which they really should have won in the end. Any city really just want a good environment? Yeah, right. No, that's fair. Go to a game where the teams actually play good. Yeah, I'd agree. Is Joe Richards playing for Port Adelaide? He used to, for those who don't know, some people might not even know that Joe Richards used to play for Collingwood. To be honest, he didn't play too many games for us, but he did start his career at Collingwood. I think he plays almost every week for Port Adelaide, but I haven't seen anything of him to start off this season. But he must be doing alright considering he's played almost every week. As they go inside 50. A one-on-one contest here. Staying in bounds. A chance for Port Adelaide. Big contest coming up. And Richmond just absolutely hack it out of there. It's a risky kick. And a power mark. Must have been touched off the boot or something because they haven't paid the mark there. Maddie's watching. She just sent me a snap. Yeah, right. Fair enough. Is that the box you unopened in the back of your room? Yes, it is. For anyone who hasn't watched the box break yet that I posted yesterday, feel free to do so. It hasn't started very well. I know it'll pick up in views though. I know last year my box break started off very, very bad. And then now it's like my most viewed video on the channel, so it's alright. And I also posted it like during the weekend. It's not going to do well. Typically videos won't perform well. You post them when the footy's on, which I did last night. So I think probably after Monday, I'd expect the views to pick up a little bit more. Georgiades to line up, kick his 10th goal of the season and his second of the day from about 40 metres out. And he has kicked that one superbly, as someone in the world would probably say. I don't know who would say it, but someone probably would. Georgiades is awesome. He's pretty good. He's one of the best forwards in the comp right now, easily. Is there an undisputed best player of all time or in the league right now? Well, what are you referring to? In the league right now, you'd argue it's either Nick Dacos or Bontempelli. I'd probably say it's Nick Dacos at the moment. Not even Glaze. Like, I'd say he's better than the Bont. It's sort of hard, though, because they play completely... They both play in the same position, Bont and Dacos. But they play completely different footy. Completely different brands of footy. Despite them both being midfielders, they both play completely differently. So it's sort of hard to compare them both. But I'd say Dacos is better at the moment. As for all-time, it's probably Gary Ablett, but I like to say it's Dustin Martin. I think Dusty in his prime. I think Gary Ablett is the best player of all time, but I think Dustin Martin had the best prime of all time. I think Dustin Martin in his prime absolutely dominates Gary Ablett Jr. in his prime. I reckon. Like Gary Ablett is the overall better player of all time. Port says 313. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Don't know why I put an extra 3 there. Mate, Fife's prime is the best of all time. Oh, hell nah. What about Buddy Franklin? Buddy Franklin would be a top 5 player of all time, I reckon. Now, everyone in the chat, put in right now, who would be the top 5 best players of all time? Me, personally, I reckon... This isn't in order, by the way. This won't be in order. But I think the top 5 would consist of Gary Ablett Jr., Dustin Martin, probably Gary Ablett Sr., I would say Buddy Franklin, and then maybe like a... I don't know, maybe like a... Chris Judd or something. I don't know. I don't know what the top 5 would be. Would I say Nick Dacos prime? Well, Nick Dacos isn't in his prime yet. I don't reckon. I don't... Dacos is so fucking good at the moment, and I wouldn't even say he's in his prime yet. I think this... He's only going to get better from here. I was at Kenny last year when I got into the sport and really liked his game. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's a very good player. Tony Lockett or something, I don't really know. Yeah, you make the argument for Tony Lockett. He's the best goal kicker of all time, I suppose, but... I don't know. The competition was so different back then. It wasn't as advanced back then. That's why it's sort of hard to say. Like, I know it wasn't that long ago, but I feel like the competition has become so much more advanced between his time and the current day. Like, that's why it's sort of hard. But then you can make the same argument for Gary Ablett Sr. But my argument for Gary Ablett Senior is one, I'm pretty sure he started his career as a midfielder, and he only played 14 seasons as well. So he retired at like 32 or something. He probably could have kept playing, but I don't know. Like, he retired younger than most people would, and he also started his career as a midfielder and kicked over 1,000 goals in his career. So that's why I make the argument that he is, and that's why a lot of other people also make the argument that he's one of the best players of all time. And some go as far as to say that he is the best player of all time. But I think Gary Ablett Jr. is better than him personally. It's going to think about Nick Dacos in a couple of years. Nick Dacos, when he finishes his career, will be the best player to ever play the game. And you can't even argue against that. If he's so good right now, and he's only 23, I think he's in 23. And he's either the best in the comp or one of the best in the comp. Should have won about 2 Brownlows already. And he will end his career as the best AFL player of all time. Easily. As Richmond kicker behind there. I haven't really been paying too much attention to the game because it's been an absolute stinker to start off. But Bondapelli has better impact than Dacos. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. I think if... And this is really bad to say. This is... Most people will think I'm absolutely smoking when I say this, but I think we would have had a good chance at winning against the Lions if Nick Dacos was playing. And I mean that. And hear me out when I say this, because this isn't even glaze. Our entire game plan revolves around Nick Dacos. We can't win games without him. Like, my take is, if he goes to Tasmania, we're a bottom 4 side, easily. If he goes to Tasmania, we are a bottom 4 side. Our entire... we have a pretty solid midfield, but without Nick Dacos, our midfield is nothing. Pretty much. Our entire... And without Nick Dacos, we can't go up the grounds at all. Prestia from the boundary to finally kick Richmond's first, and he's kicked it down the full. But yeah, Nick Dacos can completely change the game. And when you think about it, against Brisbane, Dacos would have had 35 disposals plus, and probably kicked a goal or 2. So that you need to think about that as well. I think if Nick played, he would have had 40 and 3 goals. I don't know about that, but he would have. Yeah, he probably would have had something similar. Maybe not that good though. Team in a calendar year of all time. Yeah, I don't know about that one, to be honest. He's a better impact player than Dacos. That's not true, mate. No, that's just not even close to true. Murphy Reid has more of an impact than Nick Dacos. Mate, Nat Fyfe's not even a top 10 player of all time, Graz. Alright, don't even talk to me, mate. Oh, actually, no, he wouldn't be a top 10 player of all time. Maybe he'd be a top 10 prime of all time. He was pretty fucking good in his prime, but he's not a top 10 player of all time. Even with his Brownlows. And oh my goodness, the forward. Richmond is so bad in that forward line, man. Nat Fyfe is the greatest player to ever play the game. Harley Reid mogs Dacos. Mate, Harley Reid I don't think will ever win a West Coast Eagles Best and Fairest Coast Club. I don't reckon... Nah, he'll win one maybe in his prime. In his prime he might win one. But... Jaden Short has missed. He's typically a good kicker goal, Jaden Short. I don't know what's gotten into him. I know his 2 shots on goals so far have been from long range, so I guess you've got to take that into consideration. But I don't know, it's just... I expect him to be better than that. AFL doesn't let people stream the actual game, but no one will be streaming the actual game on a live stream. I didn't even see that comment, to be honest.
Close playing a bit higher, and it's worked for Port Adelaide with his use of the ball. Well, in this quarter.
And here we go, Joe Richards lining up for goal. I was just talking about him earlier and how he gets games for Port Adelaide every single week, but I just don't seem to see too much of him. But I guess he's seen, if he's popping up for a goal almost every single week, then why not have him in the side if you can guarantee a goal out of him? And he's kicked his first of the day and his third for the season. Joe Richards.
Well, that was just one of the great moves of the day, Jono. It was like the new space program Antarm was just launching from...
I don't know, I just find it weird that he struggled to get a game when he was on Collingwood's list, and now he's playing every single week for Port Adelaide. But I guess it's... I don't know, with how good our small forwards are, like he was always going to struggle in the team. Same with Jack Ginnivan. He was sort of in and out of our side whenever he played for Collingwood, and yeah, well, now that he plays for Hawthorn, he's one of their best small forwards, arguably their best. Like,
Margin now 34 points. Was 11 points at
what do you think about the Sydney and West Coast game coming up? Really eyeing over the 44.5. I think Sydney will win by 70 plus. Alright, I'm heading off to the Eagles game. See you, Coast Lab. Have a good one. I think Joe Richards didn't fit in our side. He wouldn't have... He made the right choice going to Port Adelaide. Like, he was obviously going to get so many more opportunities, and he wouldn't even get a game now. That even without Bobby Hill, he wouldn't get a game for us, I don't reckon. He dragged it in. No need to drag that one in there, to be honest, but he has, and free kick will go the way of the Tigers. 0 goals, 3. They might go goalless in the first half, the Tigers. Goalless in the first half, potentially. When was the last time a team went goalless in the first half? I know Collingwood did it last year against the Suns. Was that the last time? Buderick is the best defender in the league. Jeez, were you one of the ones saying before that I was glazing Nick Dacos? Were you one of the ones saying it before? Do you think if Nick stays, he'll win a Brownlow? He'll win a... Well, realistically, I think if he did go to Tassie, he'd win a Brownlow. Because he'd stand out heavily. He would stand out heaps, but the only thing is, if... I don't know. I think if he goes to Tasmania, I think Tassie could be a very good side when he when they join the league. But I don't know. I don't really see it well. I think at the moment it's like a 5% chance of him going to Tasmania. Genuinely, people reckon it's higher, but when you think about it, around that time, Dacos would probably be our captain. Rioli. What a mark! That's a very good mark, Borioli. If he could hold, if he had a strong grip on that when he was actually on top of the shoulders there, could have been mark of the year. How high did he get there? That was a huge... Oh, okay, it wasn't as big as I thought, but it was a good leap. It's a very good mark. Wouldn't have been mark of the year, wouldn't have been, but it was a very good mark. And this will finally be Richmond's first goal. You know he's not going to miss from this position, Maurice Rioli. In the goal square. And the Tigers are on the board. Finally. Nick Douglas won't leave, but I don't think their dad's legacy is too much. The thing is, like... he could do a Gary Ablett, though. He could do a Gary Ablett where he leaves. Like, no one would have expected Gary Ablett to go to Gold Coast. Obviously, I don't really remember that time. Because I was very young. I don't really remember that time of the whole trade stuff. But I would imagine most Geelong fans wouldn't have really seen a world where Gary Ablett Jr. was to leave the Cats. Like, obviously with his dad as well, playing for Geelong and like the legacy and all that junk. But I think Dacos maybe could do a Gary Ablett where he goes to Tasmania for a couple of years, probably wins a Brownlow over there, a BNF, and I don't know. And then just finishes off his career at Collingwood. But I don't know, the way I see it, around that time, Dacos will probably be our captain. And I don't know, the skill level won't be too much different. Like, I think Collingwood's team and Tasmania's team will probably be very similar in skill level at around that time as well. So it's not like he's leaving to go to a better team. Like, what would he gain from actually going to Tasmania? That's the question. Besides maybe the money that they end up throwing at him. But because of how much of an important player Dacos is to Collingwood, I think whatever money Tassie throw at him, I think Collingwood will just match that, genuinely. Even if it's like $2 million, I think Collingwood will just match that. And is that snuck in for a point, or is that out on the full? It's out on the full, that one. That shouldn't have been a mark. No, I did see the replay. I think, I don't think it should have been a mark either. Collingwood have no forward line? Yeah, our forward line's not great. Which is why I think we should chase Ben King in the off-season. There's rumours that he wants to come to a Victorian club. I think now it's more Hawthorn that are the front runners for him, but I think I think Collingwood are going to do everything in their power to find a way to land him. And I think we're also interested in Mitch Lewis from the Hawks. He'll become out of contract at the end of the year. And it comes down to whether or not Hawthorn end up re-signing him. Which I don't reckon. Hey, do you think you can share the actual game footage? Nah, I can't. I've had a few people ask, but I can't show it because of copyright reasons. Like, I know some of you might think, oh, fuck copyright, like, just show it anyway, but it won't make a difference. Like, the stream will get taken down and you won't be able to watch it anyway, so... Nah, I'll get copyrighted and I'll get in a lot of trouble as well if I was to show it, so I won't. Is there a free agency in the AFL? Do the players get to say in what team they play for? Yeah, sort of. Like, it depends on the trade, I guess. Like, some players do just get traded when they don't want to, but yeah, like free agents and stuff get a bit more of a say in what team they want to go to. Come on, Tigers. Kick the second goal. This will give you a big boost of confidence heading into the second half. And it looks alright. And that is a great kick from outside 50 as the Tigers kick their second. And the mood has lightened up at the MCG and Tigers fans are absolutely off their heads at the moment. Very big opportunity there, and they've won the quarter. I would say the Tigers. They've been better than Port this quarter. I think they've kicked 2 goals, while Power only kicked 1, I think, this quarter. Yeah, they would have, because they were 31 at quarter time. A beautiful kick from outside 50. How good was that?
You used to be able to kick them like that from Paraka, Dwayne. Livelong Park. Oh, that's a nasty one. There we go. See the tweak in the ankle. Remarkable number 2. Yeah, look at that. The roll up the ankle.
Have we actually got any Richmond or Port Adelaide fans in the chat at the moment? Well, let me know. Everyone in the chat, even if you're not one of the supporters of these 3 teams, everyone in the chat, put in what team you go for. I'm sort of interested to see how many neutral fans we've got, or how many people actually support the teams that are playing as Steely Green. Misses. Oh, I wasn't sure if that was touched in the end. That could have kept rolling. Surprised he didn't have the shot in the end. He was out there. Wanted to set it up to the top of the square, but in the end it wasn't as good of a kick as some would have hoped. Should have had the shot in the end. I'm a Collingwood fan. I have Port Adelaide 15. Yeah, right. I'm a Port fan. Nice. Yeah, because we've got a few Port fans in the chat. Brad goes for Port. And oh my gosh. Here's Richmond. Just a cheeky little chip kick there. A minute left in the game. And kicked it over his head. Power might have a chance to go forward here. And, okay, well, just socket that one along grounds. Tigers might go forward again. Inside 50, they just need a mark. And they'll take one. And they should kick a goal here. I wouldn't expect... I think this is the same bloke who just kicked a goal from 50. So, I expect him to execute a goal here. What's this guy's name? You know, I think he's one of the newer guys. Liam Fawcett. He's kicked one goal today. Richmond have only kicked 2. And he kicked one just before the half-time break. He can. 5 seconds is what the clock is saying. And Richmond have made it a very, very closer game. The fight back has been insane by the Tigers. After a very impressive first goal by Port Adelaide. This seems to be the scoring end. This seems to be the scoring end as a big fight breaks out here at the MCG. I need Port to win by 36. It's not going to happen, mate, I don't think. I don't think it'll happen. I'm a Collingwood fan. Well, 4 seconds left. That'll be it, dude. Are you torturing yourself watching this contest? Yeah, it hasn't been a great matchup so far. Hasn't been great so far, but
Came off the back of a couple of really good tackles. A lot of pressure. Pressure went right up. A Rioli classic. And then Fawcett went bang, bang. So a Tigers free. A sign's got
and free kick's been paid to the Tigers. Siren goes. And Samson Ryan's having a shot from the centre circle. And he's kicked that relatively far too.
He fell into it, his hands.
Yeah, I thought... Who was that behind him or foul or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it came off that
He
guy's
had
hands
two
too.
hands like that,
Yeah.
and then it popped out and he crooked it.
Yeah, I thought it was a mark at first, and then when they played the replay, it was so... Yeah,
And
it's
it
pretty
changed the
cool.
game because it kicked the next 3 goals.
Yeah, I know.
It's perfect.
I'll do a gather round. You're not going to gather round, Graz. I know you're not. I know for a fact you're not going to gather rounds. Because I remember you said that last year that you're going to gather round and you didn't.
Billy, time to go home. We're close.
Did you like the Dockers win? They were lucky they blew the lead. Yeah, it was a pretty impressive win by the Dockers, actually. I don't know.
Practice makes perfect.
With you,
I don't know how I feel about the Dockers, to be honest.
on our team is on yours.
I honestly don't know how I feel about the Dockers this year. I'd almost argue they're pretenders.
From $6.
Oh, I would argue. They lost to two like solid teams. So far they've lost to 2 solid teams. And they've smashed the shit teams. Like, I don't know, like they can obviously play some pretty good footy against the poorer teams, but when it comes to actually playing against some good sides, I don't know. I don't know how I feel. They did play pretty well against Adelaide last week, but I don't think Adelaide are that good of a team this season. Oh no, sorry. I was thinking about last night because I thought you were going to lose last night's game. Fremantle. That's what I was saying. 2 decent teams, but yeah. No, so only one decent team, but yeah, I don't know. You weren't overly great last night against Port Adelaide. We've only lost to one good team and beat another good team away from home.
3 from 3. That's a plus.
Hungry Jack's snack wraps. Crispy, juicy, 100% Aussie chicken. Wrapped up for only $3.95. With 3 delicious sauces. It's tender snack wrap time. Hungry Jack's.
What do you mean you had one good team away from home? Who was the good team you bet away from home? Adelaide.
Coles Carumba MSC certified banana prawns are just $17.
I would say Adelaide's an average team. Like I wouldn't. Oh no, you'd probably say they're more on the good side. But that's the thing. You can smash Melbourne and Richmond at home. Where you should be smashing them at home. But I mean, versus then when he's versus Geelong, he's... I don't know. He's okay against Geelong, but I don't know. I still don't know how I feel about Fremantle. Yeah, give me a few weeks and I'll make my decision. In all fairness, I think Fremantle will beat Collingwood next week. No, actually, I think because we'll have Nick Davis back, and I don't know. It'll be a close game next week. It will be a close game next week. I think who would go into that game as favourites? Probably, I think Collingwood would go in. No, Fremantle probably would go in that game as favourites, to be honest. But I think Collingwood will win. You'll see Freo beat the Pies by 30 next week. I don't reckon. I reckon it'll be close, but I think Collingwood will win. I'll be back. I'll be back in Collingwood. All right, let's get some stuff done for halftime entertainment. What do we want to do, guys? What do we want to do for a bit of halftime entertainment, everyone? I'll let you put the suggestions in chat, and maybe I'll do it. Depending on what it is. I'm not doing a Just Dance, though, tonight. I'm not doing a Just Dance tonight. It's not... I don't know. It's not really a Just Dance vibe. Not really a Just Dance vibe. Oh, I don't reckon. Guess the AFL player. Seeing the Fremantle cheer squad next week. So am I, mate. I'll see you there. I'm new to the AFL, but I started to notice a path. Carlton starts super strong. Then they have... Yeah, that's what everyone's saying about them. They haven't been great. Guess the AFL player. Alright. Do you mean Warple, or do you mean like footy heads? Like Warple, like where you get to guess who the player is? Like this? Or do you mean... No, honestly, I won't do the Warple today. I think I'd rather... While we've got people in the chat, I'd probably rather do footy heads. Get more people involved with guessing the AFL player and stuff. Do we want medium or hard? Do we want these type of players, or do we want... Or do we want these type of players? Do we want to do hard or medium? Hard? Alright, we'll do hard then, alright? We'll start from scratch, just because timer and stuff. Alright, we'll do hard, alright? And I'll let you guys do most of them, alright? I think I do know who this is, if I'm not mistaken. And I'll let you guys take it from here. Jack Bowes. I was going to go Collar Jasny, if I'm being honest. Wait, what does Collar Jasny look like? Why did I think that was Jake Collar Jasny? I mean, like, they sort of look... I feel like they don't look that different, to be honest, Collar Jasny and Bowes, to be honest. I don't know, I thought that was Collar Jasny. Is that Tom Atkins? No, it was not. I don't know this player. I don't know him. Does anyone in the chat know who that is? I feel like Graz might. Brady Smith. Graz is actually... I mean, I feel like these first two players haven't been overly difficult. I haven't known who they are, but I think they haven't been overly difficult. But I think... But Graz has got some pretty decent knowledge when it comes to knowing players and stuff. And this is Graz's team, so I'll back whatever he says. Sam Sturt. Never heard his name in my life, but it is Sam Sturt. I almost wonder if I will get any of these players, to be honest. Well, so far, out of all the players we've had, I've not known a single one of them. Some of them have had familiar faces, like obviously Jack Bowes had a familiar face. I thought it was Collar Jasny, though. The other two I've never seen in my life, and I've never seen this guy in my life either. It is Malikin. It is. That's not what I thought he looked like. Obviously I know the name, but... This guy looks like he's about 10 years old. This guy looks like he goes to my school. This guy's about 10 years old. Lance Collard. See, a lot of these players I know their name. Obviously, I've heard of Collard and Bowes and whoever we had before, Malikan. Obviously, I've heard the names, but I don't know. They're sort of... You'd argue a lot of those players are more towards the irrelevant sort of side of the team. So that's why it's sort of... For me personally, it's hard to pick the face. This is Joe Berry. We were actually talking about Joe Berry last night. I was on call with Razor Footy and Coast Club. We were actually talking about Joe Berry last night.
Port Adelaide certainly have the lead.
Wait, hold on. Oh, you guys put this one in the chat. Hold on.
August came home late in that second quarter and really making a contest of it. The second half after this.
Alright. There we go, Ash Johnson. Finally, I've actually we've actually gotten a Collingwood player. I swear we never get Collingwood players, and they've got back-to-back ones. That's Reef McInnes. I thought Ash Johnson got delisted. These are old stuff though. These are like old ones. They haven't updated. Like you can get like Charlie Curnow and stuff like on here and like Petrarca, but they're all in like their Carlton and like Melbourne kits like and stuff.
That's right, Ed. I switched my car insurance to Ewing and saved $350.
So like they haven't actually updated. Oh, what is this guy's name, bro? I interviewed this guy at Gather Round last year. I don't know his name though. I don't think he's a core member of their team though. I think he's sort of in and out the side a lot. Chris Burgess? Burger? Did he just say his last name was Burger?
How do you know which clubs will improve your game?
Do you come with fries? Is your middle name Cheese? He's a bloke that calls people... Oh, is that who Collard is? I like the Brisbane Lions. Roses. It's Taylor. I might honestly bump it down to medium. Raz has got every single one of them. I've had like almost none of them, so I might honestly just bump down the difficulty. What we'll do though is I'll let you guys take one and then I'll take one. So for example, you guys can take this one and then I'll take whatever the next one is. So I trust my knowledge enough to get the answers on medium. That is McCarthy. But that's who I would have went. Would have been bad if it wasn't him. Alright, and then I'll take whoever this one is. Which is Alex Pearce. Got one of the more relevant players of the round. It was pretty good last night actually. If Razor Footy's still in the chat, I expect him to get this one pretty easily. I actually got a team star powers of this player in my box break. It is Elliot Yeo.
I think that's a scam site.
No, these ones are pretty easy, but I think it's just more for to get it's more to get other people involved in the chat. Because obviously Grass is absolutely carrying it on the hard difficulty before. There wasn't... to be fair, there was a few people who were getting some of the players, but Graz got every single one of them, so it's just more to get other people involved. This is your turn, by the way, guys. O'Sullivan it is. Pick 2 in... Fuck, what did I click? Oh, I clicked Finn O'Sullivan. No, yeah, I did. Fuck. Bruh, that's on me. Sorry. That is Riccardi, I believe. Yo should retire already, you reckon? Say my name on stream, please. Lawrence Colerio. It is Flanders. They do need to update this though, because Sam Flanders plays for the Saints now, so they do need to update it. Will Hoskin-Elliott's, and Will Hoskin-Elliott's not even on an AFL list right now. He is retired. I'm leaving now. See you, Graz. See you, Graz. Does anyone know who this one is? If not, I'll take it. I'll take it if no one knows who this is. Go Port Power. Don't think anyone's got this one, so I'll put it in. Dylan Shield. Oh, fuck. How do you spell Shield? Oh, I reckon that was a good 1 second left. It's obviously Jinby. Does anyone else want to take it? Or do we want to play a different game? Maybe. I feel like people aren't really getting around the footy heads. Should we jump on something else maybe? Maybe like a footy flicks or something? You know, why not? I actually haven't played footy flicks in a little while. It's a fun game to play. I do like footy flicks, for those who... I played it a lot on stream at the start of the year, and then I haven't really played it recently. So, it's pretty simple. Just draw a line to where the goals is. It progressively gets harder and harder as it goes on. Then after this kick, there'll be targets that pop up where you can get extra points. If I kick it low, maybe I can hit the target. I can't. I'm subscribed to you, and you're the best streamer. Thanks, mate. I do appreciate that, actually. I don't know if I'm the best streamer, but I'll take it. If you think I am, I'll take that. Oh, I've just barely missed the target there. I'll swing in. Jeez, I'm 5 for 5 right now. I haven't missed yet. This game actually is a lot harder than I'm making it play out to be. Missed that one. Right, now we're going to go a banana. Oh, is that a banana? This is a banana, I think. It is, and I've kicked a goal. Very nice. And that's way too wide. But I've hit the target there, so I've actually scored more than I would have. The wind was a lot stronger than I thought it was, and I haven't scored. Alright, lining up from the centre circle. And that's not going to score. That's not going to score. That was always going to be a hard kick. And that's barely scored 2. And that one low. Maybe that's the strat. When there's this hard of a wind and I'm that far out, just aim it low maybe. But that might be the strat. My son watches you and he is subscribed. Nice. Very nice. Do appreciate the support. The more subscribers, the better, man. The more subscribers, the better. I've missed about 5 goals in a row. Jeez, that was on track to be a pretty good round too. Almost missed from the goal square there. Right, aim this one low. Okay, I've missed the target, bro. That's not going to hit it. Oh, I almost did. Please, just hit that. Hit the targets, dude. I want to get that extra score, man. Just want to get the extra score, man. 6 goals straight now. I'm actually pretty good at these bananas and snaps, but I've just hit the post. And I've hit the post 2 times in a row. Oh, no. Why? It doesn't give me score whenever I hit the post, though. It should be a point. I should be getting a point for that, but I don't get score from it. That might be a goal, actually. It is. Very good. I've kicked that from the centre circle, by the way. How good's that? Oh, it's the post. That was a good kick, too. And that's not... We might actually get less than what we had last round, somehow. Somehow we're going to get a worse score than what we had last round. Okay. Kicks like that, you'd expect me to have worse than last round. And somehow that's missed. I'm watching a stream because my TV is broken. Yeah, right. Oh, I appreciate you tuning in anyway, though, even though you're only doing it because your TV is broken. But I appreciate it. Do appreciate it. mean, at least you're watching me. That's the main part. Even if it is sort of like a last resort. Oh, I tried to aim it out wider so it'd swing back, but it's out way too wide. And that one I didn't aim out wide enough. Got to kick both of these. Got to kick both of these, and I've missed. This is going to be a very bad round, everyone. Very, very bad round. Can I kick a drop punt from this far? I can, but it wasn't great. Jesus, I have fallen off, man. I was averaging like 80s. I was averaging like 80s when I was playing this game at the start of the year. Now I can't get past 50. This round, I'm not even going to get past 40 by the looks of it. I've top 10 biggest fall-offs of all time, man. What's going on here? All of my friends subscribe to you and are watching you right now. Nice, dude. You've got good friends. Got good friends, that's for sure. No fire. Bro, I just can't hit that target. You think from that close I should be able to. That's missed. Bro, how was that missed? Like what? Oh, okay. Well, that one. Yeah, that one was bad. Jeez, what has happened to me, man? Why am I low-key buns at this game? Why am I low-key buns at this game? Alright, anyway. The game's back on. Game is back on. Second half underway. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Yeah, alright. What's the name of that game? It's called Footy Flicks. It's a website, but I think you can get it on mobile as well. That's almost kicking in danger, I reckon. As they go forward early, the power. Chance at goal here. But Tigers get it in the goal square and end up being wrapped up, which is a big concern considering how dominant Jordan Sweet has been in the ruck. I'd expect Jordan Sweet to grab it out of the ruck here and just snap it goal straight away, to be honest. He didn't in the end. Good contest there with Samson Ryan. And Tigers do well to get out of defence here. Can you do a behind the scenes video? What do you mean behind the scenes video though? Like what would I include in it? Like what do you behind the scenes of what? Like behind the scenes of my streams or videos like a day in the life sort of thing. Like what do you mean behind the scenes video?
Bergman for one is a star. He's had 3 touches. Well, that's a way to give a player a touch. Actually kicking to Burgoyne. To Butters.
Port Adelaide. It's Whitlock who marks in the half forward. I'm surprised he doesn't want to take the shot himself. I think he is in the end. He had 2 looks at passing it. Decided not to. Now he's going to go back and try and slot one himself. Day in the life, maybe. Whitlock for his second, kicking from about 55. He's actually struck that solidly. Had the distance. Yeah, I don't think really do that for members. I wouldn't make that a main channel thing for the public if I was to do a day in the life. I've honestly considered doing it for members before, but I never really did do it. I'd never do it like as a public video though. I just don't think it's a video worth posting.
And they've got possession here. Lawler, nice fly.
But yeah, I'd probably do it as a members video one day. I don't get why players back up so far from their mark to kick,
Along the outer wing and then kicks to left.
so they don't kick it into the man on the mark. Because people can still jump and try to smother the ball. Like you don't want to get too close to the man on the mark,
Bergman.
and you want to go far back enough so you can get a bit of a run up and like get a lot of momentum with your kick.
Tries to exploit
Butters
against something.
hasn't had too much of an impact, but he just had 2 touches in that passage of play there.
Now sweep back to Richmond.
Do you bet on any of the games? I am 16 years old, mate.
And he's able to hit up his teammate who can go all the way. No, dude. That's not a great result.
That's a really amateur effort by Port Adelaide.
So at my age, if I did do underage betting, it's probably not something I would say on a live stream.
They're ball used throughout the entire game. It's just the finishing.
So the ball was taken over the line eventually. Corey Durden, 64 games for Carlton. He brought into Port Adelaide's team this year. Was checking, trying to work out
What are they reviewing here? I think
confirming that. But it stops Richmond from playing on.
they weren't sure if it was if it had gone out of bounds or if it had rolled through from behind. I thought it was very obviously a behind, but I don't know. They must have saw it from a different angle.
It's just a subtle message. Prohibited contact off the ball. Port Adelaide play it down, and it might be a Port kick and goal from the goal square. So there's
I thought you were like early 20s. You're killing it, mate. Well done. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Do appreciate it. Yeah, no, it's weird. I have people do... A lot of people in who tune into my streams and stuff, a lot of them do think I'm a lot older than what I am. I don't feel older than I am. I don't feel like I look older than what I am, but I must look somewhat older if people seem to think it quite a bit. As Port Adelaide kicked a goal from the square there, and kicked the first of the third quarter. Don't actually know what happened there. I think a free kick paid or maybe an intercept mark. I don't know. It was what actually happened there. Oh, free kick off play, I think. Yeah, free kick occurred off play. It's not the looks, mate. It's the demeanour and the way you hold yourself. Well done. Appreciate it. I do appreciate that. Now my dad's watching and is about to sub to you now. Your dad's a legend, mate. Your dad's an absolute legend. Just looked like some shoving. Nah, I think there was a bit of a hit that happened. But I don't know why the free kick went to the guy in the square and not the guy that got hit. So that's something I didn't understand there.
Bring it back to Prestia. Instead, he goes to the run of Banks. Keeps it low, stabs it. Good defensive hustle there from Jones. The spoil, the follow-up. McKinlay.
And now Port Adelaide will move this one up the wing. A chance. For 2 in a row once they get inside 50 here, which they actually might have fumbled that. They've actually fumbled that badly. Butters, you can always count on him. Looks like Horn Francis with a good kick.
Picks up Whitlock. And that is
And now Jack Whitlock.
Adelaide end-to-end stuff.
yeah, that's been the kick that's been missing for Port Adelaide. They've done plenty of turnovers, and that's
Port good side this third. Well, if he kicks this, he certainly would be.
7 have come
Whitlock's been
from Port Adelaide.
solid. He's had 3 shots on goal, but he's kicked 1 goal too, so...
And this will be another one, you'd think.
I suppose the 2 shots on goal that he missed weren't the easiest shots in the world, but I expect Whitlock to kick this one from 40 metres out. And he does. Whitlock's got 2. And Port Adelaide have got 7.
Certainly can. Make that 2.
They're getting all their score there, Jono.
This does seem to be the scoring end, though. This does seem to be the scoring end. The majority of the goals have been kicked up this end of the field. Obviously, Port Adelaide dominated in the first quarter, kicking this way, and then Richmond won the second quarter when they were kicking up this end, and now Port Adelaide kicked 2 goals to start off the third quarter up this end again. So it does seem to... I don't know if there's a breeze or something. I don't know what would be affecting this, but this does seem to be the scoring end. My phone's about to go flat, but I will come back to your stream when it's at 20%. Easy, bro. Easy.
He went with the right-hand handball, hits the ground, needs a left hand, but that for another day.
Are you going to be live for the next game? I won't be, but I'll be live later tonight. I'm doing a punishment stream later tonight. I said if I made a bet saying that if Collingwood lose to Brisbane, I'll do a live stream where I say the word lion 10,000 times. And obviously we lost to the Lions, so later tonight I'll do a live stream where I say the word lion 10,000 times. It'll be at like 9 o'clock. So it'll clash with the second half of the West Coast Swans game. But that won't really be that good of a game anyway, so I don't really care about streaming that one. And hopefully a few people in this stream tune into that one later on. Despite the entertainment probably not being the best. I'm literally just going to be sitting there for like 2 or 3 hours saying lion, 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 lion. But yeah. Stuart Dew, the ex-Gold Coast Sun, lining up from the boundary from outside 50. This would be an ultimate goal for Jack Lukosius. Lukosius from 55. Oh! That looked good. It looked like it was bending back, but then just stopped bending towards the end there. That was a solid attempt.
Well, Zach Butters is having his way at the present time. He's had 6 possessions.
Zach Butters has had 6 possessions in 3 quarters. Crazy stuff. How many times do you think you can say lion in a minute? It depends how fast I'm saying. Like if I'm just going like lion, 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 lion. Like I could probably say about. I'm probably saying like 120 like every minute. But if I'm going like really fast and I'm going like lion, 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 like I probably get like 200 in a minute. But I'm not going to be saying it like that for the entire stream. Like it's just going to be too hard. That's like 3 hours. Yeah, I'd expect it to be about a 3-hour stream, to be honest. Back my phone is at 10%, so now I can watch for a bit. Jeez, yeah, that charged pretty quickly. Inside 50 for Port Adelaide, as Zach Butters is the one that keeps it in there. A drop mark, one that probably should have been taken. Richards, a fumbling ball, goes in towards the pack, and we'll have a stoppage here in front of goals for Port Adelaide.
Sweet behind him, Wines.
Is that gone Ollie Wines' way? No, it's gone away the tyre. I wasn't really too sure what happened there. I saw Ollie Wines on the ground, thought maybe a free kick could go his way. The ball up with ball in hand and deep in defence.
Not a lot of movement ahead of him.
Do you play Roblox? My son wants to. Nah, I don't play Roblox.
Although he dropped it in the end, 50-50 ball. It's in dispute. Another stoppage.
Crockery just built, yeah.
I don't know, it's a popular game, but I don't know, it just doesn't really interest me at all. Yeah, I don't know. And here's Butters, trying to insert himself in this game here in the second half. There must be, who's tagging Butters? I'd assume someone must be tagging Butters. There's no way he's had this quiet of a game. Like, I don't know. Yeah, someone must be tagging him, but I haven't really noticed much tagging going on. But I guess if Butters isn't really getting in and around the play, like, I don't know.
Well, as you've seen all the numbers, it's just being played in one half of the ground. Sweet knocks it down. Banks, Lines. We'll sort it out. The ball up.
And Sweet grabs it out the ruck, quick snap, and that was always going to be a goal. And I could just see that coming. I could tell. I expected it to happen earlier when there was a stoppage literally in the goal square. So I thought Sweet would just grab it out the ruck, have a quick snap at goal. And he ended up doing it there, but I thought he would have done that earlier. And I wouldn't be shocked if we see that again later in the game. Like, it's just going to be absolutely easy. And Samson Ryan's going to really, really struggle to keep up with the skill level of Jordan Sweaty. He's a very underrated ruckman, Jordan Sweaty. I actually do rate the skill level from him. I feel like he's somewhat skillful. He knows what he's doing. He's got the experience. The tall, the strength. He's tall. He's got the strength. And he definitely knows how to find the footy. So. He's playing his 50th AFL game, Jordan Sweet, so he's happy to get himself on the scoreboard there. As Arculensi joins the chat and he says, "Loin, loin, 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 loin." 27 of my friends are watching your stream. Nice, bro.
Goes out to Richards, where loose player can go in that direction.
As the power almost take a mark on the half forward flank there. Where's the margin, by the way? The margin right now. What would it be? Like 36 now? See, Kelly Underwood's glazing how good the mark was by Maurice Rioli last quarter and saying how it could be a mark of the year contender, but it's not really a mark. Like it shouldn't have been paid a mark in the end, so it's not even going to be close to mark of the year. It shouldn't even get a mark of the year contender this week, I don't reckon. Lawler has it on the wing here. Alir on the mark as he brings a bit of pressure. After being called to play on. Now you only need to do 9,990 more. $500 on port by more than 15 points, paying $1.90. Can I count my chickens yet? Yeah, I think it's weird because I thought the Tigers were a very good chance at winning this game, but they're going to need something big here. And Laylor takes a mark. He'll line up and probably kick from 50 metres or maybe just inside. He's a pretty good... I don't know how good he is at shot and goal. But I back his skill enough. He's the number one draft pick. He's very skillful. Knows how to find the footy. He knows how to make some effective disposals and some pretty good decisions. So I'd probably back him from this position and it'll really lift the Tigers if he can kick this one halfway through the third quarter from directly in front. And he's kicked at Sam Lawler, and I think that's one of his first of the season. I think he's only kicked a couple this year. So Port Adelaide needed it most. Lawler puts it on the board, and I wouldn't be writing them off just yet, the Tigers. We saw last quarter just how much the momentum can shift so quickly. I mean, it seemed to be a pretty even ball game. And then once Maurice Rioli kicked that first goal for the Tigers, it was just all Richmond after that. I might bet my house on the Dons. Mate, if you bet your house on the Dons, how much would you get back? Like a 10-story mansion, maybe? I thought a free kick had been paid there. I wasn't too sure what happened there as the Tigers almost got out the middle and a high free kick. You're lucky you got high there. You almost would have been pinned for incorrect disposal in the end, I reckon. But inside of 50 it goes. Big contest occurring. Alir would usually hold that. Almost gets it out of defence. Big contest coming up, but I expect a stoppage maybe. Never mind, a high ball. That'd almost be paid a mark, I reckon. Oh! Sidestep! Just needed to finish that off. Would have been a very impressive goal. It was a good passage of play there. Did well to fool the defenders there, and unfortunately the finishing was just the issue in the end. Campbell Gray kicks it inside 50. A very inexperienced player has almost turned over the footy in the forward line. Ball somehow spilled out. Jason, are you happy your fave team Freo won yesterday?
And Lear is dead set.
It wasn't pretty, but they did win. They're also not my favourite team, but it wasn't a pretty win. I wouldn't be too excited about it.
Keep it in. Happy to see it over. Here it is.
He's clearly got a jump. Yeah, there's enough there.
Oh, come on, umpires, fair dinkum. It's almost as if the umpires are waiting for a guy like Ford to accentuate it, put even mayo on it, and then we'll play it. You have to propel yourself.
Be able to throw in, centre wing. Lafau wins the hit out.
You're out of it because the
Both the second rucks in congestion at the moment.
across the boundary.
We won, and the team named Klinger lost. Shut up, Graz, bro. Not Graz. Quill. I didn't even know you went for Fremantle, Quill.
You know, worries.
That's out on that. Train it long. Who's going to jump this
I went to the Adelaide and Freo game last night. Nice. Are you Adelaide or Fremantle supporter? Either of them? Mate, I'd assume an Adelaide supporter if you went to the game. So you probably wouldn't have been too pleased with the result if that is the case.
Go and lock his own mess up here. Can't get there in time. Bang! Rioli! Cut!
Morris Rioli, how good is he?
Objects in your rear view mirror are closer than they appear.
Inside 50 for Richmond. Can he kick this one? A big opportunity coming. I forgot this guy's name already, but he's the leading goal kicker for the Tigers at the moment, number 43. It'll click once it pops up on the screen what his name actually is. That's right. Liam Fawcett. Let's cement that into my brain right now because I know he's going to be on for a big game today. Even bigger than what he's already had. And this would be a monstrous goal, but we saw him kick it in the second quarter. And Fawcett hasn't scored there.
He's kicked some good goals and he's had 3
Fawcett? Yeah, Luke Fawcett.
easily.
Maybe the shockwaves are still reverberating.
Maybe.
Put him off. It'll look good in the paper tomorrow if he gets 5 straight. Of course, it'll be maybe 5 and 5.
There's still time. Jacob Ware, the former giant. Long and strong.
Almost marked that. Morris Rioli.
Here's Rioli.
He's had a pretty good quarter or a pretty good last few minutes at least. And Fawcett's almost outmarked 3 of them.
Test that. Awesome.
Outnumber Fawcett, who was forced to see it over. But well, there's one reason Tigers fans are enjoying this contest this afternoon. M. Rioli. He's taken a hanger. He's done a couple of brilliant rundown tackles. There's still plenty of time left in this.
Now my son goes for Brisbane Lions. What team did he used to go for? Or did he only just choose a team recently?
Rather grill it was the Tigers youngster.
Good team to support at the moment.
The umpire.
And will be a good team to support for probably the next decade, to be honest.
There's a midfielder handball overcooks it, looking for Horton.
Jake Tomorrow, who was the real villain? John Pork or Tim Cheese?
Sonsi.
Well,
From the big boy.
probably John Pork when you really go deep into it, I guess.
Torres
Oh, I suppose.
by himself. That's ignored. Again, another long ball. He's asking them to leap. Fawcett was there. Fall as well.
He's tried to pay that a mark. I mean, maybe it was. I don't know. I wouldn't have thought that would have been, though.
Engaged.
They'd love one here. They'd love it. Big stoppage goal from the Tigers.
Who's lurking? Steely Green, Rioli's a few. Around the perimeter.
They're going to hope there's something to get out the back here, the Tigers. It could very much be a goal.
Farrell. What was it away? It's great to Brook.
I mean, Port Adelaide.
He could launch it back inside. Fawcett could
What
get there. Sweet.
What a spoil.
Bounce on it.
Stayed in bounds somehow. Just rush that over. You got to rush that over. And that's holding the ball. Why did he not rush that over?
Handball it through when he was tackled.
Knocked it through. Didn't know a lot of things done over. Now the question is, we go in the boomerang or we go in the left foot check?
He's a left foot sort of snap from here, Jared. Yeah, just
If he can take his kick.
if he can, yeah.
The numbers were available.
I don't know. I don't understand why he wouldn't have rushed that over. And you'd assume this is a goal now.
No player ever.
Or Steely Green's looking to be in a bit of pain right now. Must have been a very strong tackle that was landed on him, or that he's stuck.
Can have a big impact on games.
And that's out on the full. Hadn't scored.
Line his chance there. Maybe should have let someone else take the kick because it was shaken up with that tackle. Maybe you just should have used his
I know he's in a lot of pain there, but you got to at least score from that position, surely. Intercepted by the Tigers. They've had a pretty good quarter, I reckon, the Tigers. They just haven't been able to show that on the scoreboard. I've actually liked the way they've played so far. And a chance for a goal! Oh! He's kicked into the back of his own teammate, I think. I think that was Steely Green again who's missed that opportunity. I know it wasn't going to be the easiest goal. He fooled a few players. Could have been a very impressive goal and one of the better goals of his career. And he just kicked that into the back of his own teammate. Not great. Not great. That really would have sent the crowd crazy. Trailing by 28 points now, the Richmond Tigers, as they head back inside 50 with 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. As Steely Green marks again. He's just had 2 shots on goal, Steely Green. Missed them both. Didn't score from either of his last 2 shots. It was a pretty rough patch there for Tigers, but or at least a pretty rough patch for Steely Green at least. Could have lifted the mood heavily. But now that he's marked here, he knows that he needs to finish this goal. He knows he needs to finish this goal, otherwise it's straight to the bench for him. Steely Green to kick a goal, and he's missed. Yikes. You gotta kick that one. You gotta kick that one, Steely Green. I understand the first two. The first one, you're snapping on goal. I know it was a very close. I know you weren't too far up, but you were snapping on goal. You can sometimes belly those. The second goal, you were under a lot of pressure, fooled a few players, and it wasn't even that bad of a kick in the end. You just ended up kicking into the back of your own teammate. But that goal, set shot, about 15 to 20 metres out on a slight angle. Like, it wasn't that big of an angle. And you gotta kick those. As Port Adelaide have an opportunity to go end to end here, leading by 27 points with 4 minutes to go in the third. Oh! What a mark by Fawcett! What a game he's had today, Fawcett. That's very impressive. Goes long inside 50. Get a big contest came up there, but goes to ground in the end. Stoppage lap in here. As Lafau will match up against... Is that Jordan Sweet who's back on the ground? It is. Playing game 50 today, Jordan Sweet. Oh, he's out the back now, Horn Francis. Oh, it's just too easy. What's he doing? Horn Francis. There's a reason he's the number 1 pick. What? How? Okay, well, he shit the kick anyway. He turned it over. If they somehow gained a shot on goal out of that, that's crazy. Like, Horn Francis should not have held on to that for so long. He had that for a good 15 seconds, I reckon. It's not often you take that long to dispose of the footy. As the Tigers have a chance to go forward here. It's going to go out on the full. Never mind. Marked before going out as Lafau. As Lafau will have a shot on goal here. Lafau has not disposed... Lafau's got 0 disposals. He has not disposed of the footy yet, Lafau. But he's going to snap from the boundary to kick a 5th goal for the Tigers. Oh, he's missed. You can't say they haven't had their opportunities this quarter, the Tigers. They've been running riots against Port Adelaide and they just haven't been able to execute any positives. My phone's on 4%. Unlucky, bro. Unlucky. But honestly, if I was you, I'd charge it now and then come back for the 4th quarter. Because I reckon this could be a very big 4th quarter. Genuinely. I think the Tigers have got something brewing in the 4th quarter. As they send it long down the line, Port Adelaide. And marked by Trainer.
Started to take the mark under some pressure. It's changed a lot.
I do rate Luke Trainer. I think he's going to be something special in the distant future. Well, maybe the close future. I reckon he could be on for a very big season next year, maybe. One of their better players next year. As Port Adelaide. Sends it towards the half forward. Oh, no way. Sets it up. That's too easy. This will really hurt the Richmond Tigers, assuming he kicks this one. And I wouldn't expect him to miss it. I would assume he'd execute this goal pretty easily. Corey Durden. Oh, I back his goal kicking enough. He's already kicked one for the afternoon. And I expect him to kick a second here from the boundary. And he's missed. What's going on tonight? Why can no one kick a snap to save their life? Not a single has anyone on the ground actually kicked a snap, like snapped a goal and kicked it? Like, I think everyone who's had a snap on goal so far tonight has either kicked it out on the full or kicked it behind. Like, no one has kicked a goal out of it. And most people have struggled to score. After the quarter, see my son's channel, Cool Boy, on YouTube. Alright, I'll check it out. Marked by Ali. 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. I wouldn't expect a late opportunity unless it's the Tigers who intercept and then maybe try to move it a bit quickly. Butters takes a bounce. Hits it well. And Georgiades kicks it down the line. And a very good mark. Oh! He turned it over. On the siren, maybe. Oh, siren's gone. And that was a goal. It went through for a goal, Joe Richards hit it from 55, but unfortunately kicked it after the siren, so it didn't count in the end. Jesus Christ. Richmond. Let's take a look at some stats, because I feel like Richmond really dominating now. They just can't show it on the scoreboard. Well, Jaden Short's the highest rated player on the ground, and he hasn't even kicked a goal. He's had 19 disposals. What's doing his fantasy? Why is he the highest rated? 19 disposals, 3 tackles. Don't know. He's had a few inside 50s too, so I guess that's probably why. So far, Whitlock, Georgiades, and Fawcett are the leading goal kickers of the day with 2 each. Most disposal at the moment is Zach Butters. Really? Zach Butters is the most disposals, and at half-time he was one of the most least impactful players on the ground. He had 11 disposals that quarter. What a quarter by Zach Butters. Really keeping them with a bit of breathing space. Campbell Gray's got the most tackles. Alira Lear's got 6 contested marks, 8 clearances from Hopper, 7 inside 50s from Horn Francis. How about the total inside 50s? Is Richmond leading that at the moment? They are. Barely, though. Jeez, the goal efficiency for Richmond is 10%. That's really bad. And they've had the more free kick. The free kick counts 23-10 Richmond's way. And it's still not close enough. Still not close to what it should be. Alright, let's check out your son's channel, mate. Let's check it out. What's his name, sorry? What was it? Cool Boy. Cool Boy. Cool Boy. I don't know if it'll come up, to be honest. I feel like there might be more people. I can't imagine it's any of these guys here. I can't imagine. How do I filter? Here, filter channels. Is it any of these? Is it maybe the Ronaldo one, maybe?
Australia's leading energy company.
What's the actual username though? Well, what's the actual username of the channel? What's the actual username? Like you see how it says underneath the name, like here. So Cool Boy Shane, and then underneath it says @Cool Boy Shane, or down here it says under here it says Cool Boy Namit, but underneath it says Cool Boy Namit 1591. What's the proper username? What's the proper username?
Jameson, not just a smooth whiskey, but a huge family. They may not share DNA, but they do share the same
Trying to look for like an AFL profile picture somewhere maybe.
Jameson.
Can't find one though.
Target's Big Brand Toy Sale and more is now on. Get Lego Star Wars AT-AT $59 and Barbie Fast Cast Vet Clinic playset $19. Offers end April 26. T's and C's apply. Shop now and get playtime right on Target.
I don't know. I can't find it, bro. Sorry. Can't find it. Wouldn't mind seeing the lineups for the Sydney West Coast game, because obviously I know there's this is not the right round. Because obviously I know there's a few outs for the Eagles, so wouldn't mind actually just checking out, seeing what it's looking to be. What round am I on? Oh no, I've got it filtered. That's why. That'll be why. Let's say lineups. West Coast Eagles. Who's in and out? Obviously I know Matt always is in. In is Sandy Brock, Malachi Champion, and Matthew Owies. Out, Devon Robertson, Jacob Newton, Ali Yo. So they've got some pretty big names out. Devon Robertson and Yo. And the Swans. When you just look at their side. Look at their side. Grundy's going to have most hit-outs by far. I think Matt Flynn would be lucky to even have a hit-out. Chad Warner's going to have about 35 and a goal, probably. Same as Isaac Heaney. Isaac Heaney will probably have about 35 and a goal. Jai Sarong, I reckon, will have about 30 possessions. Charlie Curnow will kick about 6 goals because he'll be playing on... Who will he be playing on? Tyler Young. Joel Amarty... He'll probably kick 1 or 2. Papley will play on probably Baker, maybe. I don't know. And the defenders aren't going to... All of their defenders are going to be playing absolutely awful because the ball's not going to come up that end. It's pretty simple. The ball's not going to come up that end. Search Cool Boy. I did. I did, mate. It's not there. I can't... It might be somewhere here, but I can't find the name. I can't find which one it is, unless it's the United States. I don't know. It's not there. Unless there's no... Maybe if I try no spaces, maybe. Like that.
Yeah, he's going to get a spell, you would think, given how consistent they have been. There's a Lear. He's been one of the best players on the ground. He's been given a lot.
This guy, maybe. Is this you? I can't imagine it would be.
You're not allowed to push in the back, and he's a master of it. There's one. He's been done about 4 times. Here's another one that costs him. You can't push with anything. Forearm, elbow, hand. You got the lot there.
Yeah, unfortunately I can't find it, bro. I would have if I could find it, but I can't, unfortunately. If you can work out what the proper username is, let me know. And I can, I might check it out after the stream. But here we go. 27 points down heading into the 4th quarter, Richmond. They need a big quarter here if they want to win. They're going to have to make a massive comeback, but I wouldn't say it's impossible as they're going to go inside 50 here. Richmond. Sam Grill's lining up from outside 50, I think. Jeez, I think he's going to have to go a barrel here. He's taking a huge... He's taking a huge set shot here. It's actually not the worst kick in the world. I thought it was going to fall short. I knew it was going to fall short, but I don't know. It wasn't the worst kick in the world. But when you haven't kicked a single goal in AFL footy, that's probably not going to be the first goal you kick in your career. Well, quite frankly. And that's 4 goals, 9 for Richmond. So you can't say they haven't had their opportunities. Whitlock flies, couldn't quite hold on to that one. Almost run down. Grill, what a great tackle. That's holding the footy. Thank you very much, he says. It's a very easy kick. And inside 50, they go again, the Tigers. That was never going to be marked, unfortunately. Need a goal now, Richmond, I reckon. They need an early one. They need an early one. They're going to need an early one, Richmond, for any hope at coming back and winning this. Richmond go forward thanks to Hopper with his hand pass. Oh! Keep bouncing, son! Rush through for a point. And that's their 10th behind of the afternoon, Richmond. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Joe Richards. Towards centre wing it goes. Big mark by Whitlock, who's made a solid impact for Port Adelaide. Matt, I will have a look at it. Right? If I can find the channel, I will have a look at it. I don't think you need to keep asking her. Right? I understand. I will have a look. But there's no need to keep asking. Right? Oh, that's very lucky to stay in bounds. Oh, he's dropped it. That might cost him. Never mind. Lucky Broad was there to get the hand pass. Rioli. Huge mark. He's been so good tonight, Maurice Rioli. And he's had a pretty good season in general. Prestia with a strong grab. And that's almost 50, I reckon. Prestia. It's a low ball inside 50. And Lear takes an uncontested mark. How's he taking an uncontested mark inside defensive 50? Come on, guys. It's got to do better than that. He's had 8 intercepts. He's had 8 intercept marks, Lear. He's had a very good season and almost, dare I say, All-Australian worthy, maybe. Umpire throws it in. Butters getting the hand pass off. And Horn-Francis gets the free kick, uses his courage, but unfortunately couldn't do enough to mark the ball here. But gets the free kick in the end. There'll be a set shot here. Alright, I'll make you a deal, Lawrence. I'll have a look at it after the game. Alright, after the game, I'll see if I can find it again. Alright. And Horn-Francis kicks a nice goal, and you'd argue that's the ceiling goal. You'd argue it's probably game over. It'd be very, very hard to come back and win this now.
Spending a bit of time on his own inside forward 50 because he'll make you twitch as a defender. It's very difficult. And if they get the ball movement like they did on this occasion, from
6 goals are needed for the remainder of this game in order to win it. So, and that's saying that you leave Port Adelaide scoreless or goalless. My son is jumping a lot.
loving that situation.
That's good.
Who's the best small full forward in the game, Jono? The small mid that goes forward. Plays in the goal square. This plays in the middle.
He's right up there, definitely.
Back out to 31 points. Making it tough now.
Tap forward by Samson Ryan. Butters is the one with the pick up though. Farrell kicks it inside 50 for Port Adelaide, and a chance for Port Adelaide. And they've kicked 2 in a row, and that's the game. Port Adelaide will win this one. You would certainly say it's game over now. It'd be an all-time sell.
And the key position. France.
It is actually, isn't it? But Port France has had the pure
Be an all-time sell to lose from here, Port Adelaide.
great leap.
Well, those are superb all afternoon.
Here he comes.
Heading into the fourth quarter, they only needed 5 goals for the lead. It's now 7 they need. So
Has been excellent. At this point,
Zach Butters, he's had a very impressive second half, and I think he was involved in both of those goals just before. So
was it the Wizard? Who was it?
he's done very, very well. The Koshis, I think that was his
Put it away just
first of the game, maybe his second.
Producer wanted Paddy Dangerfield, but I think he's too tall.
Samson Ryan
Down to Hopper, beaten for a
doing alright in the ruck this quarter.
possession, has still got a kick away. Or a thump down towards
Jordan Sweet,
True.
oh, just absolutely demolishes
Prestia
Prestia in that contest. As the Koshis marks and could kick 2 in a row here.
saunter back and nailed from there. This is well and truly within range for Jack Lukosius.
Isaac Heaney count.
Well, the two. Chelsea Pickett's getting a lot of mentions. Yeah, that's a good one. 8th year in the AFL.
Jack Lukosius.
Never played in a final.
Kicked 1 goal, 1 tonight.
His old team
The game's probably over with a almost 40-point lead. This is to put it out to 40 plus. Lukosius looks alright off the boot, and it's gone through for a goal. Kicked 2 in a row, Jack Lukosius. And they're up by what I believe to be. Jeez, can I do the margin? Can I work out the math here? What's the margin? 43.
An opportunity for a set shot right on the 50 logo as well. Others have had trouble from this distance throughout the afternoon. But the coaches on this
Port need to score a few more. I think they will. They've got the momentum now. It was always going to be hard for Richmond, but now Port have the momentum. I don't really see too much else really happening with Richmond for the remainder of the game.
just mentioned, Jono. He pushed back hard. The two grabber. Too much trouble nailing those.
Just the 8 goals from his 7 games last year. Any luck with injuries? All fans will be pleased to see him out there kicking goals, as they would with Zach Butters tearing it up in the midfield, setting them up again. They want to finish with a flurry here, the visitors.
13 minutes, that's what the same. There's a little bit over 13 minutes left in the game.
Zato on the bottom of that pack. Hitch Zato, the debutant. Wouldn't he love a goal? Sweet. Oh, he's already
Jordan Sweet
tried to take
wanted a second goal there.
Lukosius.
Couldn't get it as
Terrific on Flostone.
Boston was wrapped up in a tackle in defence there, and I guarantee you Jordan Sweet grabs out of the ruck here and snaps at another goal. Oh, I guarantee it. Campbell Gray's the goal. Campbell Gray's had a pretty solid game, actually. Oh, I haven't minded what he's had to offer today. Yeah, had to offer this afternoon. I would honestly wouldn't be shocked if he gets a game next week. Potentially. He's had like 7 or 8 tackles, which is pretty good.
Been a tough afternoon for the Tigers. And they're wilting here in the last...
It's Willem Drew lining up. Hasn't kicked a goal tonight. Hasn't had that good of a game. He usually puts on better stats, and for his 10th disposal and his first goal of the day, Lining up from about 35 whilst Port Adelaide have all this momentum. And he's kicked a goal. 49 points is what we're looking at right now. To think Richmond was still in it at 3/4 time. And it's blown out to almost 50 points here.
On Taranto, Hopper and Prestia throughout the afternoon, and none of those three players have really said it a lot either. In terms of numbers, only 18 for Taranto, 20 and 20 for Hopper and Prestia. So through the middle of the ground, it's been a high possession game anyway.
Jeez, I might check how many hit-outs Jordan Sweet had tonight. How many has Jordan Sweet had? 22. There hasn't been too much of a difference. Jordan Sweet's had 22 hit-outs. Samson Ryan's only had 18. Like, it hasn't been that big of a difference in all fairness.
In the game against the Gold Coast here, lost by 68. In the game at half-time against Fremantle, lost by 60. 15 points was the margin at half-time, but this is only Ryan's is taken down with Venom ball. That's out to a 49-point margin now.
Alright. Tigers have an opportunity to go forward here. Could they just get a goal here? Just for a bit of a consolation prize. Grill. Kicks a... I thought maybe that was a point, but he just hasn't scored there. I don't think he's scored all night. He's had a few shots on goal, but I don't think he's actually scored tonight. Sam Grill.
He's had 8 intercept marks. Record is 10. So, if he gets away with it, he gets away with it.
How long's left? There's 11 minutes. Or 12, pretty much.
He's going to be awfully close.
11 minutes 45. Here's what they've got on the clock there. Chance for Port Adelaide to get it out of defence. Don't want Richmond, even though they're this far in front, they don't want to concede any goals in the fourth. Not that it matters at all. Turning out, mate. Cheers for the stream. You've been a great... You have a great future. Stick at it, mate. Tell you that I said, oh, easy, bro. Nah, cheers for tuning in. What a random sort of interaction sort of thing. Like, random, that you just come across me. Yeah, I'll talk to my dad after this. See if he'd know who you are. He would. Cheers for tuning in, though. Looks like I wonder what the crowd is right now at Port Adelaide Richmond, because the stands look absolutely empty, but I don't know if that's because people would have just left early, or if maybe they simply just weren't getting a big crowd. I would assume 40k, maybe less.
11 minutes left.
Ollie Wines marks on the half-back. Just a simple kick here. As Lukosius has it. He's had a pretty good game. I think he's sort of been in and out of their side. Lukosius, I know it was the case when he played for the Suns. Couldn't really get a game, but at the Power, at least tonight, he's been able to show off what he can actually bring to the side and why he can be such a damaging player when he's at his best. There's 67,000 people at the footy. I doubt that. Not looking good for Richmond. Well, Richmond were never expected to be a great team this year, in all fairness. Like, you probably haven't... Jeez, I'll tell you what, Richmond versus Essendon this year might be the worst game of the season. The skill level between both these teams are just so bad. It'll probably end up being close, that game, but it'd be such a poor game to watch. It'd be such a hard game to watch. What's the time left? 9 minutes and 50 seconds. 9 minutes 40, pretty much. Maurice Rioli almost the rundown table. That's the thing. Maurice Rioli, despite how far down he is, he always gives 110%. No matter what the situation is, they're down by 50. Maurice Rioli almost just had a crazy chase down tackle there. In a situation where the game's well and truly over. He's a hard worker, Maurice Rioli. And that's what makes him such a Great talented player. Remember when Richmond only scored 2 goals versus the Gold Coast Suns? That was last year, wasn't it? Like towards the end of the year, like around 20 or something. Yeah, it's pretty bad. They scored like, I think they had a total score of like 20. Yeah, it's good to hear, Lawrence. And Richmond finally get to have another shot on goal here.
So it goes against Lai. It's Jack Ross that emerges with the footy. It's the Jack Ross tackle, even though...
When his channel's on the street. Yeah, I'll check it out. Or at least I'll try to find it. And Jack Ross, pretty talented player. I'd back him from here. And especially when the game's over, you tend to... But like skills for a lot of players tend to pick up whenever the game is well and truly over. But Jack Ross is not happy with that kick as it's gone through for a point. That's 4 goals, 11. Inaccuracy did kill them tonight. But even an accurate goal kicking game probably... An accurate kick at goals tonight still wouldn't win them the game by much. Burn Jones ended up being an alright kick in the end. I thought it might have been approaching the boundary line. Was approaching the boundary line, but didn't quite go over it. As Butters, a crazy second half by him, has really turned the game around for Port Adelaide, making this a bigger smashing than what it was expected to be. Crazy to think I actually tipped Richmond for this game, and I've only got one tip right tonight. At least I'll get tonight's game right with the Sydney West Coast. I have tipped Sydney. You know, considering how bad my tips have gone, I may as well just tip West Coast at this point. Tip West Coast at this point because Sydney will probably lose just to stuff up my tips. They probably realise, oh, Jake Tomo has tipped the Sydney Swans to win this game. Let's just play absolutely shocking. Let's make sure he gets this one wrong. Very good tackle there. I didn't really see much of it, but I saw the aftermath of it. Alir. And that's gone out on the full. Jones, very nice kick. Unfortunately, Port Adelaide played in, trying to meet the ball there, just waited for it to come to him. And it'll end up costing them as they go inside 50. And it was intercepted in the end. Seems like absolute pearl of a contest this. Mate, the skill level's been shocking. The skill level has been so bad. Port Adelaide, will they score? I reckon. I know that they haven't been great the last few minutes, Port Adelaide, but I'd still reckon they're a chance at scoring 100 points. What's that? 3 goals? 3 goals. 3 goals in 6 minutes. They're definitely capable, and Tigers, I think, will eventually drop off. That's one thing I'll give Tigers credit. Even though they are down by 50 at the moment, it doesn't seem like they're. It doesn't seem like they're dropping off. Like, I feel like they're still giving 100%, or at least most players are. Richmond probably the worst skilled team in the league, unfortunately. Between them and Essendon, but I'd probably say Essendon's more because of the injuries and the players that they're missing at the moment. I guess with Essendon's full side, they're probably much better than what the Tigers are. But I still reckon the Tigers have the potential to win more games than what the Bombers do this season. As they run into an open goal here, the Tigers, and just kick one for the road. It's a nice cheeky one before the end of the game. And only somehow, late in the 4th quarter, that's only their 5th goal of the match. Dogs or Bombers? Who do I think will win? Probably the Dogs. Damn, Richmond is getting flogged. It's weird because I feel like this shouldn't have been this big of a margin. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it shouldn't have been this big of a margin in the end. I feel like on paper this on paper, this should have been a good game. I did tip Richmond to win this one, but this is probably the last time I'll tip Richmond for the rest of the season.
The goals have been hard to come by. 5 minutes to play in this ball.
How much time's left? 5 minutes, pretty much.
Pile on a bit more pain.
Jordan Sweet in game 50.
Got it out for the end.
Been the more dominant ruckman. And Butters
Like a bull charging through.
with a crazy second half that he's had. How many possessions has he had this quarter? He had like 5 at half time. Now he's got like 30.
It was felt after he got rid of it. So
He's got 28. He had 7 this quarter, 11 in the third, 5 in the first, and 0 in the second, I think. 0 in the second, was it? Yeah, he had 0. He had not touched the footy in the second quarter.
ignores you, Jono.
Jesse, what's your thoughts on Carlton's match last night?
Burn Jones. Wines.
Look, I was a big believer in that it's not Voss's fault. Like obviously Voss isn't the greatest coach in the world, but I was a big believer in that it's not all just him and like it's got something to do with like the club itself and the players and all that. But now, I don't know, after last night, that's 2 weeks in a row that they've sold. That's 2 weeks in a row that they've sold such a big lead, and I don't know, it's sort of hard not to blame Voss for it. But in all fairness, he must be doing something right because the Carlton do well in the first half, so Voss must be doing something right in the coaching point of view. Like with what he does, sorry, I need to get this out right. His coaching style, something is working because no one can stop Carlton in the first half. But I don't know, it's almost, I don't know what the issue is in the second half. If they just run out of legs, or if, I don't know, the other team eventually just works out what's going on and they find a way to stop it. Or I really don't know what the issue is, but in the end, will sacking Voss really benefit them for the rest of the season? Probably not. But I was somewhat surprised that they gave Voss another chance this season, and it's quite obvious that he won't be the coach by the end of the year. 15 more away. 15 more for away can be possible. Carlton has a cardio issue.
Staying till the end here, and they want another goal or two.
Yeah, you say Carlton have a cardio issue, but in all fairness, I reckon Patrick Cripps has got better cardio than I do, so I can't really be talking. Tim Lawler. He's had his moments tonight, that's for sure. And he has a chance to kick himself a second goal here. Proved he could kick 50 metres pretty comfortably in the, I think it was the second quarter, or maybe early in the third where he kicked his first. And he's got the distance this late in the game. He's a pretty muscly man, so I'd assume he's certainly got the legs in him. For about 50 metres out. Has he got the accuracy? That's the question. Of course he does. Of course he does. He was number 1 pick for a reason. And gets himself a second goal. West Coast or Sydney? Sydney by 80, I reckon. Please, can you give time? Time to what? Oh, sorry. How long's left? I'm assuming you meant. I can't see right now, but I assume about 4 minutes. I would assume.
Nice bit of rotation through the ball. Got that hip movement, Jono, getting a foul.
Let me see. Sorry. Oh no, never mind. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. West Coast upset Ninja. Oh hell no. Oh hell no.
Eligibility for the Rising Star this year. 10 or fewer.
Doubt? Nah, it probably won't be 80. It probably won't be 80. It'll be a smashing though. It won't even be close for any period of the game, I reckon.
That's a Graham Watkins.
There will not be a close period of the game.
Fitzgerald Brown was off injured for a little while, but good to see him back out there. Prestia out wide. Spoon to Steely Green, who's given them some options at times. Turns and goes. Oh, good stab. And a sizzle to the pocket to Ross.
And a good mark by Ross. It's crazy. They're getting a few late goals now, Richmond. If they had this in the first quarter... No, if they were getting all these opportunities early in the fourth or executing them as well as what they are now, you'd make the argument they could have probably won the game in the end because they would have the momentum going through them. Yeah, it was just once Port Adelaide had kicked a few in a row. I reckon once Port Adelaide kicked that second goal, they just had the momentum and just ended up kicking away from there.
Pretty even share amongst the possession when
But you can't say Richmond didn't have their opportunities. 6 goals, 12. Port Adelaide have definitely been the better team by far, and you can see that on the scoreboard. They've had 23 shots on goals. I think maybe more actually. They kicked a few out of the full, and Richmond have had like less than 20. So with more scoring shots, more inside 50s, better stats in general, I suppose, for the Power. And I assume I'd almost say, I haven't checked the stats, but I assume top 5 highest rated players on the ground right now would probably be all Port Adelaide players, as Jason Horne-Francis takes a mark inside 50 and will probably kick the final goal of the game here. He won't miss this. Yeah, I know he won't miss this, but it's just whether or not. This is the final goal of the game. Got potential to kick another straight after this by the time the ball hits his boot. Eagles have played alright at home, even in their worst recent seasons. Yeah, but the Swans are... The start of the year, the Swans were the flag contenders, so... I don't know. Matt, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, alright? You're a West Coast fan, I would assume. So, you know more about the Eagles than I do. And I'll take your word for it. If you think it could be somewhat of a close game, and you think West Coast will be somewhat competitive tonight, I'll take your word for it, alright? I don't see a world where it is. I don't see a world where the margin's under 50 points, in all honesty. But I'll take your word for it, alright? Are you streaming the next game? No, I won't. I'm doing a stream later tonight. For those who weren't here when I said it earlier, or those who haven't seen the stream that's scheduled, at 9 o'clock tonight, I'm doing a punishment stream. I said if Collingwood don't beat the Brisbane Lions, I will do a live stream where I say the word lion 10,000 times. And I'm doing, obviously because we lost to the Lions, I'm doing that stream tonight. So yeah, tune in, put your notifications on, 9 PM tonight. I will be starting up that live stream. As there's 40 seconds left, Port Adelaide might have a late opportunity at a goal. Horne-Francis flew for it. Can they kick one more? Lukosius keeping it in. 30 seconds left. We'll have a stoppage here. No, we won't. Something I got that one out. A chance at goal. Snaps. One on just before the siren to the post. And that should be all she wrote for the game. Surely Richmond can't concede. Surely Richmond can't concede in 14 seconds. Yeah, no, they won't. Taranto gets a disposal. And they'll mark on the wing. That should be the siren. Fourth quarter is complete. Port Adelaide win this game by a lot more than I would have thought they would have. I would have thought I did say before the stream though, I said I was backing Richmond, but I also said that I could see a world where Port Adelaide smashed Richmond, but I didn't see a world where Richmond could smash Port Adelaide. But I did think Richmond would win tonight. Obviously, I was right in that sort of sense, saying that Port Adelaide could smash them. But you'd argue 30 points isn't a smashing in the end. Richmond made it closer than probably what it should have been. No, I updated that for Richmond. So I was supposed to update that for Port Adelaide. So that's Port Adelaide has scored 90. Richmond on 48. Making got the power to win. We'll never give in till the flag is ours for the taking. Power. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I will, bro. I'll check out your channel, Matt. You've asked me for a little while now, so I will check it again. I guess I lost. Unlucky, bro. Unlucky, dude. Jeez, what a game for the Power in the end. I don't know, maybe Port Adelaide can turn their season around. Maybe they can turn their season around after a poor start. Obviously lost to the Eagles. Haven't really shown too much positive signs so far. But I don't know, maybe after tonight they can find a way to turn their season around and maybe make it somewhat worth watching for Port Adelaide fans. Let's check some stats. Let's say who was best on it. Yeah, it's going to be Butters. His impact in the second half was absolutely insane by Zach Butters. Let's see what he ended up doing stats-wise. He wasn't the highest-rated player on the ground. It was Darcy Byrne-Jones who was. But Butters had the most disposals of the day, 30. So, had 7 in the... No, sorry, I clicked on the wrong person. Yeah, he had 9 disposals in the fourth quarter, 20 in the second half in total, and only had 5 in the first. So, wait, what? That makes no sense. That does not add up. What? That does not add up at all. He had 20 in the second half, and he had 5 in the first half, but he had 30 in the end. So yeah, he must have had 10 in the first half, but for some reason it's saying he only had 5 in the first. Yeah, so Jack Whitlock, Lukosius, Georgiades, Horn Francis, Fawcett, Lawler were all the multiple goal kickers of the day. They all kicked 2 goals each. Whitlock had 4 shots on goal though. He was pretty impressive. I did rate him, and I thought Morris Rioli was quite good. He had his moments. I don't know what he did stats-wise, but he was pretty impactful for the Tigers. I feel like he made a solid impact when they were still in it. Even Short had a few good looks at it as well. Presti had the most touches of the day for Richmond, and Jack Ross, Steely Green, and Campbell Gray I thought were really impressive. Campbell Gray especially, he doesn't really get too many opportunities at playing AFL, but I think he's definitely locked in a spot for the Tigers next week with racking up 5 tackles in what I believe to be his second AFL game. Not second, 6th AFL game. Yeah, it is. He's listed as a ruck on the AFL list, but I don't think he had any ruck time tonight. As Jordan Sweet in game 50, almost racked up 100 fantasy. He had 1 goal, 15 disposals, 25 hitouts. Pretty impressive. 6 contested marks for Aliir. He's always going to be a good mark. How many marks do he have in total? He had 8 intercepts. He had, 8 in total, so 8 clearances for Jacob Hopper, 7 inside 50s for Horn Francis. Very nice. And Richmond had their opportunities. They had more inside 50s in the end. More free kicks by Lottie. They had 13 more free kicks, more clearances, more stoppage clearances, more contested possessions. They led in so many other stats and yet did not lead the game at any point. Believe it or not. So let's check out this guy's channel that he keeps asking me to look at. Well, what's his name? Search Cool Boy My First Vid. Alright. Cool. I'll share my screen actually. If I can't find it though, bro, I'm just going to have to end this stream. I'll try and find it. I'll do my best to find it because I did promise you I'd look at it. I'm not going to break that promise. I feel like an arsehole if I break that promise. So, Cool Boy. And when I searched that up before, it never came out. It never came up. So, what I'll do is I'll search Cool Boy, My First Video. I don't know if that's what you want me to search, but that's what you keep asking me to search. So, My First Video. Is this it? Is this it? I'd assume so. I guess it would be. Plays Roblox, and you were asking me about Roblox earlier. I'd assume this is him. He's wearing Brisbane Lions thing here. I suppose this is him. You know what? When was your last video? 2 weeks? Up and coming creator, 3 subs. I'll be your 4th, mate. There you go. I'll give you a sub, mate. I'll check out your channel later, alright? I don't have time to check it now, but I'll check it out later, alright, bro? I'll give you a cheeky sub, alright? Looking forward to whatever content you seem to produce in the future, alright, mate? Oh, well, that'll probably be it from me tonight, guys. I did enjoy this stream. Stream performed quite well. Probably one of my better streams of the year. Probably not my best stream yet, but one of the better ones. Watch-alongs on Saturdays seem to do pretty well considering it's free to air. But yeah, I gained about 10 subs from this stream. Stream had about over 1,000 views. So I will say, if you want to see more content from me, I'm going live again later tonight. In the meantime, check out my box break. Alright? The video's not doing too well, and I want the views to get up a little bit more. I know they will pick up eventually. So go check it out. Just jump over the video. Just comment something. Be like, oh, I came from the live stream or something like that, along those lines. Let me know. Yeah. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. And I will see you guys in the stream later tonight. Hope to see you all there. Cheers.